Hello?
Yes, hello.
Yes, this
Yes,
is Terry
hi.
Flynn.
So
I'm in the
could
meeting.
I have a second? No, another member has to call the somebody has to call the question, not me. I forget.
I called the question.
Okay.
I seconded.
Thank you.
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yes, hi. I'm here on behalf of La Pilita Deli Grocery, Inc.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, hi.
Yeah, I'm here for Enjoy Kitchen and Grill Corp. Enjoy Kitchen and Bar, the DBA name.
So we don't have quorum yet. I'm going to see who from the committee is present. I know that we have Ismari on the line. Um, so let me call some members, then I'll come back to committee to see if we can start this session.
Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Chanel or Benicio. Hi,
Yes,
Chanel.
Isidro.
So I see that we might have a quorum issue. We only have Leo, myself, Simari. Um, if you can connect with Barbara, Angel, that will help. I know that our, Maria Lee is going to join us a little bit later. Um, and Robin is going to join us shortly. But I cannot have access to Angel nor um, Barbara. So if you're so kind to send me a note that we're waiting for them, please.
Okay, you want that we call Angel, Barbara, and who else?
And Cindy Matos.
Cindy Matos. Okay.
Please. I just got a note from Angel that he's going to join us within 3 minutes.
We got in touch with Barbara. She's going to be connecting in a minute. We're trying to get in touch now with Cindy Matos, okay?
Thank you. Someone is connected with a phone number that ends on 6104. Who that
Yeah.
might be?
Yeah,
Who are
that's gonna be the new. Oh. Hello, yes, my name is Fernando Gonzalez.
okay, you are representing which business?
Yeah.
Which business are you representing, sir?
Dos Mares
Dos Mares.
Restaurant, seafood restaurant.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Happy to see Angel.
Happy to see you as well.
Thank you so much. So Angel, we're waiting for one more person to join, and that'll be 5 of us once we have either Marielle, Robin, Cindy, or Barbara to join us.
Great.
Good evening, Cindy here.
Isidro, you have Cindy already, so I think you have quorum now.
Yeah, Barbara's here.
Barbara too.
Yeah, Barbara's here.
Thank you so much, Ebenezer. And with that, we do have quorum. Ebenezer, thank you so much for calling the members. And I'm glad to start this meeting officially at 7:42 p.m. on this Wednesday, as regularly scheduled for each month. So we do have quorum. Again, for the purpose of the minutes, my name is Isidro Medina. I'm going to chair this, committee license, and along with our committee members. As usual, let's go around the committee members and introduce ourselves, starting with the Vice President, Angel Passes. Angel, please introduce yourself.
Yes, of course. Good evening, everyone. My name is Angel Vasquez. I serve as the Vice Chair of the Licensing Committee, and I am a Community Board 12 member that lives in the southern end of Washington Heights.
Thank you so much, Angel. Barbara, please introduce yourself.
I'm Barbara Frazier. I'm a longtime resident of Inwood. I live in the east of Broadway in the southern part of Inwood, and I'm also on the Parks Committee, and I've been active in many community issues for many years. I'm also on the board of the Ring Garden.
Thank you so much, Barbara. Cindy Matos, please introduce yourself.
Hello, all. Good evening, Cindy Matos, board member.
Thank you, Cindy. Simari Hernandez, please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. Simari Hernandez here. I'm a new member this year, so I look forward to continuing on the work with the committee. I'm also part of business development, so I extend an invite to communicate if you need any support with the business. Happy to be here.
Thank you so much, Simari. Thank you for your assistance. Leo Jimenez, please introduce yourself.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Leo Jimenez, longtime resident of Washington Heights, now living in the Inwood, and I've been a board member for 2 years. Always glad to share the meeting with my fellow committee members to help push businesses in our community. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Do we have Robin Cruz on the line? Robin Cruz has not joined us. Maria Lee is going to join us a bit later on, as she sent me a note. Very well. At this point, I'd like for Ebenezer to please introduce himself. Ebenezer Smith.
Good evening, everyone. Ebenezer Smith, District Manager, Community Board 12. Shinel Paniagua is with us. Isidro, I would like to give you also an opportunity to the translation services to present herself.
Thank you so much, Ebenezer. Translation services, please, for the purpose of the minutes, please tell us your name and also provide a note for the audience, letting them know that you'll be doing translating services.
Muy buenas tardes, me llamo Lily Hawkins, soy intérprete para todas las personas que necesiten ayuda del español en inglés. Voy a estar disponible cuando sea su turno. Gracias.
Excellent. Thank you so much. At this point, I'd like to recognize the presence of the 33rd Precinct. Officer Brown, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, good evening, everyone. It's Police Officer Brown from the 33rd Precinct, and I've been working with the SLA for about a little over a year now.
God bless. Welcome, officer. At this point, I'd like to entertain. I'm sorry, Officer Brown, do you have somebody else that you'd like to introduce? Saying none. Officer from the 34th Precinct, please introduce yourselves.
Hi, good evening, everyone. This is Officer Ames from the 34th Precinct and Lieutenant Tavares, the Special Operations Lieutenant for the 3-4. Good evening.
Very well. Thank you all so much. I don't think I'm missing anybody else. But if any case you see either Robin Cruz or Maria joining us for the rest of committee members, please feel free and let me know.
I'm here. Robin.
Robin Cruz has just joined us. Robin, please introduce yourself formally to the committee.
Hi, my name is Robin Cruz. Good evening, everybody. So I'm glad I'm here. So with you guys.
Thank you so much, Robin. Thank you. At this point, let's continue with the process of the meeting. As you all know, we would go through each of the applications one at a time. Once we hear from the committee members, the committee members are going to gather their opinion and then vote and recommend their resolutions to the general board. The general board would then vote on each applicant, and the vote of the general board will be final and then submitted to SLA. Before I start, I would like to thank Angel Vasquez, who served as the president for the last month licensing meeting and also general board meeting, introducing the applicants. Angel, thank you so much for your great work, patience, and understanding how our committee and how our community as a whole operates. There are times where the committee works is not completely reflected on the many hurdles that we have to overcome to come to a solution. Sometimes board members don't attend the licensing meeting as you content and understanding as to why we vote on resolutions the way that we do. So I hope that when we move forward, I recommend that all committee members participate fully at the board when we have either the president or the vice president introducing resolutions. Because oftentimes, at least in my case, I forget certain things, but we have to act collectively. If you see that myself or Angel, we need assistance in clarifying some issues, please jump in. Our decision is collective, and as we represent ourselves at the general board, I'd like to have your input consistently, because it's a lot of work for one person, particularly at the general board meeting. We have to be as a team. We don't ask you how you're going to vote, but if we make a decision, we have to defend that decision at the general board. Having said that, Angel, once again, thank you. Really appreciate your work. Next, Angel, we're going to see how and who's going to do what. As far as like the minutes and the resolutions, I'll take care of the resolutions, and I'm looking for someone to volunteer to do the minutes. Cindy did it last month. Do we have any volunteer?
I could help with that.
Simari has volunteered to do the minutes. Thank you so much, Simari. And Simari, you can also use the template that Angel used because it's a similar content, and you just got to change the specifics, so you don't have to do like the whole restructure of
No
the
worries.
document. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. See if you can send the minutes at least by, I would say like Thursday before the general board meeting. That way I will have time to review the minutes and make like any correction between the resolutions and the minutes. Last time around we had some discrepancies between the minutes and the resolutions. So, let's make sure that we submit the minutes on time. That way I can crisscross. And if you need help, Simari, please feel free to let me know so I can send you the resolutions so we can be in sync.
I got it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Angel, you're going to do the call. And do I have a volunteer for time? Who's going to keep time for speakers, like public speakers and residents for 2 minutes? Any volunteer to keep timing?
Isidro, I don't mind. Leo's doing it. Okay.
Leo,
Yeah, I'll do it.
Thank you so much, Leo. So for Leo, for the public members, they will get like 2 minutes to bring any compliments or complaints about particular license. All right. Now, committee members, I was reviewing the agenda, and I noticed that last month we have had like issues with renewals that perhaps will have the support of the residents and precinct, but sometimes they don't show up. And if there are issues with that they didn't submit a complete questionnaire, we tend to vote against that particular applicant. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Right. So I want to get your feeling because I would like to do this collectively. So let's say, for example, renewals that perhaps don't show up, don't have a completed questionnaire, and the precinct don't have any complaints, no residents. Should we move to approve, even since there are no oppositions from, residents, the precincts, and committee members? Would that be something that you will feel comfortable? Maria, I'll get back to you. Recognize you. To approve the license if there are no complaints, but I think that we have been consistent that if they don't post the public sign, we will usually vote in a negative way. And I think that that should be kept because if the community is not aware of what's coming up, perhaps there are issues and we will not be aware. So I want to get test the water and see what your opinion are. Maria.
Thank you, Isidro. Yes, I would agree with that. I mean, I would also, because you also asked about, let's say if there's an instance where, it's an establishment, no complaints from the local precinct or kind of neighbors or anything like that, but they don't show up and they don't submit a questionnaire. So I think as well, in addition to not posting the public notice, if there's no questionnaire, regardless of the fact of, they don't have any complaints or things like that, that we should also deny the application, because that really serves as the basis in order for us to be able to make an informed decision. Without that, we're unable to do so.
Correct. So your idea, Maria, is to have the applicants submit the questionnaire, and if they are missing the public sign, they will move traditionally to voting against, correct?
Correct. So voting against if no public notice and voting against if no questionnaire.
Excellent. Excellent point. Thank you, Maria. I see, Leo, that you have your hands up.
Yes, thank you, Isidro. So I'm gonna agree with Mariela. I do think that they should have at least a full application and a questionnaire, obviously, and post the signs. But I also think that we've been doing things very consistently, and by us deciding to choose to allow the applicant to not come to a meeting for whatever reasons, and still vote for it, I think we're taking away from the community. Sometimes these people come for the renewals, and it's not necessarily that we have any questions for them, but it's to applaud the work of the community and for them to hear what the community thinks about them. So I think if we decide to just say yes, it's going to become an ongoing thing where people are going to automatically not show up, and it takes away from the community. But that's just my 2 cents.
Okay, thank you, Leo.
Could I speak?
Barbara, yes.
Oh, okay, thank you. Okay. I'll raise my hand in the future. I couldn't figure out how on this new Zoom. I wanted to suggest, like often legal notices are put in local papers for all sorts of things. Would it be possible, if we have enough lead time, that we have in the Manhattan Times just a list of the licenses that will be coming up for consideration? Because the public notice is put in front of the establishment. That assumes as people are walking by the establishment, and someone doesn't necessarily do that in like the week before the license comes up. And I think that if we had a habit of just a box that would appear like 2 weeks before the licensing committee meeting, the following licenses will be up for consideration at Community Board 12 licensing committee meeting on this date. The public is urged to come and, voice their opinion if they have any, and list what's coming up. I think that would be a really important outreach to put like in the Manhattan Times. What do you think?
So you're saying, Barbara, to have the agenda being
yeah.
That's something that has to be worked with and requested the executive committee. So
But
I'm going to see if what the opinion of the chair and also the district manager is, and then get back to you on that.
Okay, what do other members think? What do other committee members think? It's like a legal notice, and it would really give a much better outreach, I think, to the community, rather than just a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper in the window.
Makes sense. All the committee members, please comment.
Can I just chime in here,
Yes.
Barbara? So I do agree with having an additional posting, but I will just say that I don't fully support it, just because we don't want to exclude anyone who may have thought a bit more of a short notice, just to give them the opportunity to hear their license proposal.
It's something that we can consider perhaps as we move forward and get a better understanding how it's going to be or get handled. Let me explore that, and let me get how the chair feels and how the district manager feels, because that could also be adding more expenses. But let's check on that.
Okay, well, the other thing could be that we could require new licenses to have their stuff in at least 2 weeks before, not for renewals necessarily, or even like maybe wine and beer, but new liquor licenses. That might be, because those who tend to be the hot and heavy ones. Maybe just the new liquor licenses, because that tends to be the hot and heavy controversial ones. And that's okay.
Angel.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the attempt to increase the amount of visibility that the community receives, or notification of visibility. Sorry, it's been a long day. Notification that community members receive. I just want to make sure that we check that off with the SLA, and we check that off with the community board at large and the staff, just because we're now adding an additional requirement for businesses that I'm not sure that's within our authority to demand. So those are just my 2 cents. I do agree that we need to make sure that our businesses are notifying the public with ample amount of time. And maybe a recommendation, Isidro, that I've been thinking about is the public notice. It should be on the applicant to send a picture when they submit their application, showcasing that, send a picture via email showcasing that the public notice has been posted. But when it comes to like putting in the newspapers, just want to make sure we are crossing our T's, dotting our I's with the SLA and the community board and the requirements.
Okay, thank you.
Point well made. Thank you so much, Angel. Any other comments from our committee members?
Yeah, it's me again, Isidro Leo. I actually like that idea, Angel, of having the businesses send us pictures of their post, of their posted advisory. I think it makes our jobs easier to verify. It also shows that they had the attempt of letting the community know that they were up for whatever type of license it is. So I agree with that.
Thank you, Leo. So the idea, Angel, behind your point is to request the merchants to submit a picture that they actually posted a public notice, correct?
Yeah, I mean, just the way that they have to submit their questionnaire, and the way that they have to submit, if it's a new one, they have to submit a menu and the floor plan. I mean, I just think that we should just require, because either us as volunteers are going to have to go out into the community and take pictures of this, or we have to ask the staff, and Ebenezer would have to chime in on that, and whether they even have the capacity to go out and do that kind of work. So maybe we just make it, incumbent on the applicant to do that, considering they're at their own location, and it's just easy for them to snap a picture, send it in, and it arrives via email with a timestamp, so we know how long the public notice has been up for.
Great point. Marielle.
Thank you, Isidro, and thank you, Angel. Really good point there. I wonder if there's an opportunity for us to create some sort of a checklist that we give to all establishments that are wanting to apply. So for instance, it's a checklist that says applications must be received by Friday before licensing committee meeting at, I forgot the time, 3 p.m. or whatever the time is. Please, completed applications must include picture of posted public notice, full questionnaire, all of the things that they need to have a complete application. Because we've seen time and time again, where there are instances where different parts of the applications are missing. And so that way there really is no excuse for them to say, well, or for, business owners to say, well, I didn't know, or this was missing. It's something that they receive when they reach out to the office, that they were part of their application packet. Again, that checklist of, have you submitted all of this by the deadline? And then I guess secondly, just a point of someone just noted there's a few open mics. So if you're not speaking, if you could just mute your mics, please. So that way we're not getting background noise. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Marielle. Ebenezer, do you want to chime in as far as like the bullet points that are usually required or requested from the applicants?
Yes, we can amend the requirements. If you want, I can send it to the committee and you can review it and let us know how you want, to make the changes. The idea of requesting the picture, of the posting is, it should be, put it there because, if you have 25 locations, I cannot be to 25 locations at the same time, to check it. And maybe you go one day, it is not there, et cetera, et cetera. So, but one picture in one email, resolve the matter. Give me the ideas, we can then flesh it out at the office and implement it,
Very well, thank you, Ebenezer. So to review what
hold on, another point that has been raised with respect to publishing the newspaper. In the past, we used to do that. The Manhattan Times used to do for free for us, but we need to send at a certain time. They requested, and sometimes the list is not complete. It may change because maybe the deadline for the newspaper is not the same deadline that we have for the office, and maybe some items may be left out. And they used to do it for free for us, but then they say, well, going forward, if you want that we publish this is the tariff. And it was not that was a little expensive for the board to pay. I think it was close to $400 to publish that, and multiply that by 10, is some allocation that the board has to have.
Thank you, Ebenezer. So at this point, our committee members, it's my understanding that we don't have a complete agreement on how we're going to move forward with the renewals. Comments made about, unless you want to review the matter once again as to how we're going to proceed with the renewals, if they don't show up, if they don't have a complete questionnaire, public sign, etc. So we will move as a status quo as we were before, and then we can discuss this matter more in the near future, if that be okay by the committee. Having said that, I would like to recognize a board member that has joined us, and that'll be Gabriela Estrella. Gabriela, as a board member, please introduce yourself to the rest of the committee and the residents. Gabriela is not around, so I guess later on we'll recognize her. So let's move on with the agenda. Angel, please take your role and call the applicants, please.
Sure.
Angel, I'm sorry. Isidro, before you start, do you mind if I send a message in Spanish about muting their microphone?
Yes, please.
Muy buenas tardes para todos los que están participando en esta junta. Por favor, podrían apagar su micrófono. Hay mucho ruido y se nos hace un poquito difícil escuchar y tener unas pláticas. Gracias.
Thank you so much. Angel, please proceed.
Sure. So first up, we have Galicia Tapas LLC, doing business as Galicia Tapas, located at 575 West 207th Street at the corner of Vermilion Avenue. This is for an on-premise liquor license renewal.
Thank you so much, Angel. Do we have a representative from Galicia Tapas?
Yes, hello. My name is Adrian Kahlo. My father is the owner of the business. A lot of you know us. We were on 172nd and Broadway for like 30 years, and now we've been on 207th Street for 2 years. Yeah, just renewing the license.
And again, for what's your complete name for the purpose of the minutes?
Adrian Calo.
Adrian.
ADRIANCALO.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Adrian. So at this point, I know that you moved some couple of years ago to a new place. How are you doing in that business?
Pretty well. We're bouncing back from all the heartache from the pandemic and kind of integrating more to the Inwood community. Still have a lot of old clientele, but making new ones in this neighborhood further up. So little by little, it's going pretty well.
Thank you so much. So committee members, we don't have, and Chanel, correct me if I'm wrong, we don't have a complete or questionnaire from Galicia.
You should, yeah.
Chanel.
Yes, they submitted. They submitted last week.
Okay, so I don't have it, Benicio, on my package. I'm glad that you brought it up to my attention. Thank you so much. At this point, I would like to have the opinion of 34th precinct on this renewal application. Officer Aim, what's the opinion of 34th precinct?
Good evening. It's Officer Aim from the 3-4. In 2021, we haven't received any 311 complaints. In regards to 911s, we just had one assault in March at the location, and that's all we got. Thank you.
That just to clarify.
Just 1 second. Let me just ask some question. Officer Aim, this assault that happened on March, do you have any other specifics?
Yes, it was basically what the victim said was there was some sort of dispute with the staff over paying the bill, in which the victim complainant stated that 3 bouncers hit the CV. So the CV had like a laceration on his face. So we took a report for that.
And this is inside the premise, right? In the premise. Obviously.
Correct.
Very well. Adrian, how do you respond to that?
Yeah, it must be some accounting issue or something, because I remember that the police officers came to our location, but they were given the wrong address. I think it was a business across the street from us, because we don't even have any bouncers. So I don't know. We're a restaurant, not a bar or anything in that regard. I remember they came in saying that they got the call and everything, and I was like, I remember I was one who spoke with them, and like I said, we don't have any bouncers. Like a family-run restaurant, no DJ, no bouncers, no very loud music, anything like that.
So Adrian, you're saying that this is perhaps someone of caller gave you the wrong address, and you're saying that this incident never took place at Galicia.
Yes, exactly. The police officers showed up. Were telling us. I remember this incident actually. They came and they were like pretty much what he reported, that they got a call. And I explained to them, they probably have the wrong address because it wasn't here. And I think it was a place near from us, but not our place. No.
Do I have any comments from our residents? Saying none. Committee members, you heard what have been said.
Isidro?
Yes.
Yes, this is Officer Aim. In regards to that, yeah. In regards to that, I'll do a little bit of research just to double check, but I definitely believe what Galicia has stated. It probably did have happened at another location if they don't even have bouncers. Other than that, I mean, we really have no issues with the location. So just wanted to make that clear.
Thank you so much, Officer Aim. And on that note, having heard the comments from the 34th precinct, if there are no oppositions from committee members, I'd like for us to go to a straight vote. Angel, please call.
Isidro, how do you vote?
Yes.
Okay. Mariel, how do you vote?
Yes.
Simari, how do you vote?
Yes.
Vote yes. Leo, how do you vote?
Yes.
Barbara, how do you vote?
Yes.
I believe that is it. Am I missing someone?
I'm using Robin.
Gabriella is here, right?
She's not a committee member, Barbara.
I'm not a committee member, but thank you so much for acknowledgement.
Robin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Awesome. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 yeses. You're on mute. You say that or we can't hear you.
Thank you so much, Angel. So a vote of 700, this application passes. Adrian, congratulations to you, and I hope you do well, and that your business prospers. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
At this point, I understand that we have Gabriela back online. Gabriela, I was calling you, but it seems that you were not in, but please introduce yourself to the rest of the committee.
I'm sorry, I've been having a little issues with the internet. I'm Gabriela Estrella, and I'm part of the community board as well. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Gabriela. Angel, please proceed.
Okay. Next up, we have Beans and Vines Corp, located at 4799 Broadway at the corner of Academy Street, seeking a renewal of an on-premise liquor license.
Thank you so much, Angel. Do we have a representative from Beans and Vines?
Yes. Exxon Familia, chef and owner of Beans and Vines. I've been in business for 11 years, but I've been closed for a year and 8 months now, and I'm ready to open.
Thank you so much, Edison, and I'm glad you're going to reopen because we need to have that place open. It's a great establishment. But before it's anything else, I would like to get the opinion of 34 Precinct. Officer Aim. Officer Aim. Very
yes,
well. Do I have... yes, please proceed.
In regards to Beans and Vines, we haven't received any 311 complaints or 911 complaints in 2020. The precinct's not against this location. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Officer Aim. Do we have any comments from our residents? Seeing none, I recommend that we go to straight vote. Angel, please proceed.
Isidro?
Yes.
I vote yes. Mariel?
Yes.
Robin?
Yes.
Barbara?
Yes.
Dimari?
Yes.
And Leo?
Yes.
We need Cindy to vote.
Cindy been added?
I think she was here earlier. Well,
Cindy, are you on?
No problem. By a vote of 700, this application passes. Thank you so much, Angel. Please proceed.
Okay. Next up, we have West 172nd Corp, doing business as Havana Heights, located at 621 West 172nd Street at the corner of West 172nd Street.
Thank you so much, Angel. Do we have a representative here for Havana Heights?
Yes, you do. Good evening, committee. Gregory Capone of Kittanakis and Corona PLLC. I'm the attorney for the company.
I'm sorry, Gregory. What's your last name again?
Capone, Capone.
And you are the attorney, correct?
That's right.
Excellent. At this point, I would like to recognize Officer Brown from the 33rd Precinct, because this is within the jurisdiction of the 33rd Precinct. Officer Brown.
Hi, good evening, everyone. It's Police Officer Brown from the 33rd Precinct. In regards to Havana Heights, we don't get many complaints there at all. They're a great establishment. We had just 4 complaints in total over the summer for noise. Those were around May and June. And then after that, we haven't had any complaints since.
Thank you so much, Officer Brown. Do we have any representatives here from the community, residents? I see no hands up. Gregory, even though it's a great establishment, I've been there many times, for noise complaints, please let ownership know that complaints have been made and that we would like to make sure that we don't have as many complaints from our residents. Please relay the message if you can.
I most certainly will, and I know the establishment closes relatively early. I think 11 on weeknights and 12 on Saturday. So I'll let them know. I mean, these complaints I don't think were made in the middle of the night or anything like that, but I will most certainly forward the committee's concerns to them.
Excellent. I know that Mary Anderson has her hand up. Then after that, I recognize Marielle. Mary, you have the floor. And introduce yourself as a board member as well.
Okay, I'm Mary Anderson. I'm a member of the board, of the community board, and several other organizations in the community. And I also live on 172nd Street, so I go up to Broadway and around that corner many, many times, sometimes 3 or 4 times within one day, and at different times of the day. The only complaint I have is the music outside. It's sporadic, but it's loud, and it's unacceptable.
And that's Ms. Anderson. Thanks for the feedback, and I'll certainly forward that to my client and discuss with them. That's music that's coming from the inside that seeps to the outside.
There's speakers outside in those outside areas.
Okay, understood. I'll discuss with my client.
Thank you.
Maria.
Yes, thank you, Isidro. So a couple of things. One, I noticed that the establishment did not do so well on the recent health inspection. So I was reading it, and there's kind of concerns about like fruit flies and not having the facility vermin proof. So just if you could speak a little bit to that. But also, I would also add, we do not have a complete application. We're missing a questionnaire. And so I do not see one. And have you posted a public notice? Thank you.
We did post the public notice, and I sent the completed questionnaire to Chanel on October 29th at 4:08 p.m. I also just very recently sent proof of the posting of the notice to the only email addresses that I happened to have handy, which were Chanel and Mr. Smith as well. And I did that, I'll admit, I did that during the course of this meeting as I was hearing some discussion about proof of posting.
Thank you so much, Gregory. Ebenezer, Chanel, do we have we received the complete questionnaire?
Hi. Yes. Then is it not in the packet? I thought it was. Maybe that was my fault. If it's not, but
thank you so much, Chanel. It's not on the package. And I'm glad that you sent it in, Gregory. Thank you so much. We just don't have it on the record here that I have on those printed documents. A concern about the health inspection. Gregory, I think it's something that the community is a little bit concerned about whether or not food handling has been properly being kept. Something that you should relay to management as well. I see that both Mary Anderson and Barbara. Barbara, please, you have the floor.
Yeah, I just wanted to make the very strong comment that it is a violation of New York City code to be playing music going out from any establishment. That's illegal, I think, and you know that, Mr. Capone. You're not only must all noise be contained within an establishment, but to have speakers outside is a municipal violation. So, I mean, you should really speak to that. And you know that as a lawyer. So, I mean, it's not just like, well, tone it down. It's they must desist in doing that. And I think we really have to consider that in our vote because we know that they are. I mean, Mary, has this been a consistent pattern that you've seen in the establishment of having speakers outside?
Yes.
Well, then that's really, I think that's a reason to vote no, because that's a
I mean, it's every
consistent
day, you know.
violation. That's a consistent violation of law.
Thank you, Barbara. And I was going to bring that up as one of my points, that there should be no music being played outside. No speakers should be installed either. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Maria, is that in your hand or same hand?
I guess just a quick comment, just so thank you to Chanel for clarifying that the application was complete. Thank you, that's all.
Thank you so much, Maria. On that note, do we have any other comments? Seeing none, I think that we should proceed into voting pattern.
Isidro?
I'm going to abstain.
I'm going to vote. It's a little difficult for me. I'm gonna vote yes. Marielle?
Yes.
Robin?
Yes.
Barbara?
No.
Simari?
Yes.
Leo?
I abstain.
So it's you've got one, two, three, four yeses. Yep.
2 abstains and 1 no. Mhm.
Thank you
So
so
by
much.
a vote of 4 to 1 to 2, this application passes. Gregory, even though this application passes, we cannot guarantee that this is going to be voted in approval for during the board meeting. So please let the owner or the management know about particular concerns, and these are critical issues that should be corrected right away.
As a matter of fact, to the committee, I have already reached out to my client via text message about that in real time. As soon as I leave the meeting, I'll be having a phone conversation with the owner about that. And to the extent that it's possible, I don't know if I'll be granted the opportunity to make a presentation or to otherwise appear at the full board meeting, but if possible, I'd like to address these concerns that were raised here in a little bit more of a fulsome manner.
Gregory, you can have an opportunity to speak on behalf of this applicant at the general board meeting during the public session. The public session, you can address this matter, but you have to let the board know how to register for the public session, and you can check with Mr. Benicio Smith and or Paola or Chanel. They'll tell you the details how you should register for the public session, correct? Okay.
Understood. Thank you, and I intend to be there at the public session.
Thank you so much. And you please proceed.
Sure. Next, we have Enjoy Kitchen and Bar Corp doing business as Enjoy Kitchen and Bar, located at 582 West 207th Street at the corner of Vermillion Avenue.
Thank you so much, Angel. Do we have representative from agenda item number 4?
Hi, good evening. My name is Ismael Bueno, representing Joy Kitchen and Bar. My sister is the owner, Marlene Bueno. So I'm here to discuss on the renewal license and change of method of operation.
Thank you so much, Ismael. At this point, I would like to get the opinion of 34th Precinct.
This is Officer Aim from the 3-4. In regards to Enjoy Kitchen and Bar, well, we haven't had any 311 complaints nor any 911 calls. We really haven't had any issues with this location.
Thank you so much, Officer Aim, for your input. At this point, I'd like to entertain recommendations or comments from residents. Seeing none, if there are no oppositions from the committee members, I see that they submitted a complete questionnaire. The question that we have for Ismael is that have you posted the public sign?
Yes, it is.
Okay, the question is here. You have an A in the last inspection. Congratulations. If there are no oppositions, I would like to recommend the committee go to straight vote. Angel, please proceed.
Isidro?
Yes.
I vote yes. Mario?
Yes.
Robin?
Yes.
Barbara?
Yes.
Simari?
Yes.
And Leo?
Yes.
Passes unanimously.
Thank you so much, Angel. By a vote of 7-0-0, this application passes. Ismael, congratulations. Ismael, a quick note though.
Thank you.
Before we move on, please try to do something about perhaps consider closing the space up, the outside dining space, because I know that there's a big problem for you because you have homeless people coming in. You also have street vendors that perhaps use that space during the night when you're not open, when you're closed. So I recommend that you make an effort to enclose that space to prevent people from sleeping in that area. All right?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much, Ismael.
Thank you very much. Have a good one, everyone.
Thank you so much. Angel, please proceed.
Next, we have applicant number 5, Cafe Booney Broadway Inc., doing business as Booney Coffee, located at 4961 Broadway between West 207th Street and Isham Street, seeking a renewal of their restaurant wine license.
Thank you, Angel. Ismael, please stick around because you do have an agenda item for number 12. So Ismael, please stick around because we're going to address that particular item later on, okay? Do we see Ismael on the line?
I don't see him.
Let me see if I can call Ismael because he needs to be present for agenda item number 12. Please bear with me because it will be unfortunate. Angel, perhaps you can proceed introducing the next agenda item just to make sure that we move on while I get in touch with Ismael.
Sure. Do we have a representative from Cafe Booney? Okay. We, at this moment, don't have a representative. Can we get the opinion of the 34th Police Precinct while I pull up the application to see if they've submitted their questionnaire and public notice? Opinion from the 34th?
Yes, in regards to Cafe Bunny, we have no 311 complaints, no 911 calls. We have no issues with the location. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Officer Aim. And I take, Angel, that there are no representative for Cafe Bunny?
No, there's no representative.
All right. Chanel, to your best of your abilities, if you can remember, they submit a questionnaire?
He did not.
They did not. Very well. I know that this is a great establishment, but just for consistency purposes, we have no questionnaire. They are not present, and we don't know if they published or posted a public sign. On that note, if there are no comments from residents, I would like for Angel to, all the committee members, if you have no opposition, we can move on to voting procedure. Seeing no opposition, let's go into voting procedures.
Isidro?
No.
I vote no. Mariel?
No.
Robin?
No.
Barbara?
No.
Simari?
No.
Leo?
No.
That's a 070. Applicant fails.
Thank you so much, Angel. So this application fails because there are no representatives, no questionnaire, and we don't know if the public sign. Next one, Angel, please.
Sure. So applicant number 6 is for a livery car base license, a renewal of their license. This is Reno Car Service, Inc., located at 199 Audubon Avenue at the corner of West 175th Street.
Do we have a representative from Reno Car Service?
Hello, yes. Good evening, everyone. My name is Radames Mejia, and I'm here on behalf of Reno Car Service.
Thank you so much, Radames, and welcome. For committee members that are new to this process, the community board requests that livery car services come to the community board twice a year because they actually require that the license for the base be renewed through the license committee. They have no relation of selling alcohol in any way, shape, or form. This is just to approve the licenses, and we just ask very minimum question about accessibility, number of cabs, and if there are issues from the community that about leaving cars outside, double parking, or taking up space. These are the issues that will come up. So on that note, I would, for process to be continued, I'd like to get a 33rd precinct on this matter. Officer Brown, what's the opinion of 33rd precinct?
Good evening. It's Police Officer Brown from the 33rd Precinct. From the perspective of the 33, we have no complaints with this establishment.
Thank you so much, Officer Brown. If there are no comments or issues from the community, I would like to now see if there are any comments from committee members. Seeing none,
Yeah.
Barbara, yes.
Yes. What?
You say yes? No, we're not voting yet.
Yeah. Oh, all right. I was confused. Sorry.
Okay. Angel, please proceed with voting procedure.
It seems like Mariel has her hand up.
Maria, thank you. I'm sorry, Angel. Angel, Maria, please.
Thank you, Isidro. Yes, just a question. I guess, well, two points. One on procedure, just because I believe from what I read that the application was received late, so past our kind of regular Friday deadline before our committee meeting. And I'll just kind of say this for the applicants that are on the line. The reason why we ask this is because, as you can see, it's a really long agenda, and we have to review over 300 pages of documents to prepare for the meeting. So that's just the point. But then for Radames, I just have a question about the car service in terms of accessibility for people who may have mobility issues. Are there, if you could speak to that, and what does a car service offer, for instance, or have any vehicles that help those our fellow neighbors that may have mobility issues? Thank you.
Yes, hello. So yeah, basically what we do is we're a non-emergency medical transportation company. That's the main thing we do here, besides just an occasional regular calls. And yes, we do have wheelchair accessible vehicles. We have actually 3 currently, and we have full-time taxi drivers, and that's basically the main people that we have to accommodate wheelchair personnel people. So yeah.
That's good to hear. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
At this point, I'd like to the committee to go into straight vote. Angel, please proceed.
Isidro?
Yes.
I vote yes. Mariel?
Yes.
Robin?
Yes.
Barbara?
Yes.
Mari?
Yes.
Leo?
Yes.
That's a unanimous pass.
Thank you so much, Angel. So this one passes. Very well. Please proceed to the next one.
Sure. The next set of applicants are looking for corporate changes to their licenses. First we have Dos Mares Seafood and Lounge Corp, located at 25 Sherman Avenue at the corner of Sickle Street.
Thank you so much, Angel. Do we have a representative here for those matters?
Yes, good evening. My name is Fernando Gonzalez.
What's your name again? I'm sorry, Gonzalez. The first name?
Fernando Gonzalez.
And you are the owner?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can
Yeah.
hear you. Are you the owner or?
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I partnered with them. I have been in the restaurant industry for 15 years. I started as a kitchen employee and worked myself to the manager position.
Okay,
So
you
I'm
are the
very pleased to finally acquire my third restaurant.
Fernando, so you are the manager or the owner?
No. As I used to be a manager, now I'm partnering with the. I don't know how to explain it. It's like I'm taking over the place.
You're buying the place out.
Yeah.
Chanel, I don't see on my package a questionnaire. Can you please see if this questionnaire was submitted? Because I don't
I
have
did not receive this questionnaire.
Fernando, we don't have a questionnaire on record. It is a requirement of the community board for a complete questionnaire to be submitted for corporate change. I recommend that because we don't have a questionnaire, that perhaps you might want to come back next month.
Okay.
So by withdrawing, the licensing committee is not taking any punitive action against you, but we're asking you to come back next month and we'll consider your application. Okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, Fernando, and this application for that reason has been withdrawn.
All right, I'm gonna make sure we send a questionnaire to you guys.
Yes, please consult with Chanel, and she'll guide you through the process.
All right, thank you so much.
Take care, and Angel, please proceed.
Next applicant is Inwood Social Corp, located at 101 Sherman Avenue between Dykeman and Academy Streets. And again, this is an applicant seeking a corporate change to their license.
Do we have a representative for this applicant?
Yes, good evening. Miguel Acosta representing this application, Inwood Social. How you guys doing this evening?
I think that we're doing very well. Thank you so much, Miguel, and I hope you also are doing well. So this is an application to do a corporate change. I noticed that they submitted a, just double check. Sheena, can you please double check if a questionnaire was submitted, because I don't see it here.
For Inwood Social?
Yeah, Inwood Social.
I believe so, yeah.
I don't have it on record, Chanel.
I see it.
So you have it on file?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you some questions about the new ownership, Miguel, because I don't have the questionnaire.
Not a problem,
who's buying or who's selling?
Jahir Rosario selling to Juan Rosario, no relation. This business opened up during the pandemic back in September. The proposed new owner is currently the owner of Cocina Chente on Riverdale Avenue. Has been in operations for a few years there already. Good Mexican restaurant, good Mexican food. This new owner is bringing in Dominican chef from the Dominican Republic, who's well established over there with 4 restaurants, who is going to be implementing their menu from the Dominican Republic, focusing on fusion of American Spanish food. Basically is the method of operation that is currently active on this license will remain the same. So they will have no DJ, they will have no live music, strictly background internet music. There is a sound limiter installed already in the current sound.
Sorry to cut you off. Chanel, can you please share the questionnaire with the committee members for the purpose of the minutes and resolutions? We will need to have that to make sure that we write the resolution properly. So, Miguel, what's the name of who's buying? Because I didn't get the name. I just got the last name.
His name is Juan Rosario.
Juan Rosario is buying or selling?
He's buying from Jahil Rosario, no relation.
Jahil.
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
Jagil.
Very well. This is with the private 34 precinct. Officer Aim, what's the opinion of 34 precinct?
In regards to Inwood Social, we don't have any 311s for that location or any 911 jobs at that location. I was just wondering if any soundproofing has been installed. That's all. Thank you.
How you doing, officer? Yes, there was soundproof already. This liquor license was originally submitted for approval by myself for the current owner. And basically, there was a prior ownership that required this current owner to attend the full board at the liquor authority, which required them to have the soundproofing and required them to have a security guard on the weekend due to the prior owner's license activities and situations. So there is soundproofing, there is sound limiters, there's no amplification. I've been to the establishment. All they have is like studio speakers, which is like 4 inches.
Miguel, has the merchant posted other public signs?
Yes, they have. Since last week when received.
Thank you so much. At this point, I'd like to see if there are any comments from residents. Seeing none, committee members, do you have any questions? Seeing none, Angel, I recommend that we go to voting procedure, please.
Isidro?
Yes.
I vote yes. Mario?
Yes.
Robin?
Yes.
Barbara? I'll come back to Barbara. Simari?
Yes.
Leo?
Yes.
Barbara, are you still with us?
Yes. I just couldn't unmute. Sorry. Yes.
Okay. That passes unanimously.
Thank you so much, Angel. So this application passes. Angel, I'm going to ask to see if you can proceed with the meeting because I gotta take care of something. Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you.
The next applicant that we have is 565 West Side Cafe Corp, doing business as 207 Prime Bar and Grill, located at 565 West 207th Street between Sherman and Vermilion Avenues. Do we have a representative from the application present?
Yes, how you doing, Angel? Miguel Acosta once again, representing 565 West Side Cafe. I have Mr. Ramon Pena, who's also on the link with us. Mr. Richard Wong was unable to appear at the time due to his father's illness. So Mr. Pena will be addressing any questions, and we're here.
Okay. Simari, just for the purposes of the minutes, did you get those representatives?
Yes. I have Ramon Pena and Richard Wong. I have already have Miguel.
Miguel Acosta, yes.
Thank you.
Miguel, can you just walk us through the application and exactly what the change is?
Well, this is a corporate officer change. My client is in the process of purchasing the stocks from Richard Wong, who was previously operating under the name Raíces, now operating under the name of 207 Prime Bar and Grill. They've been working together since May. They basically continuing the same operations that previous ownership had, just basically a change of name, change of management, and change of ownership if approved by the liquor authority. Right now, all these applications are pending at the liquor authority. So basically, we're just looking for a positive resolution in order for this to work smoothly. So basically, we are aware that during the summer, certain incidents had occurred. Mr. Pena, who has been working together with Mr. Wong, has addressed all those. And if there's any further questions, Mr. Pena can address that as well.
Sure. We'll get to the question in a questions and comments in a second. This falls under the purview, I believe, of the 34th Police Precinct.
Yes, Officer Aim from 3-4. In regards to Prime Bar and Grill, we did a March operation back there in September 11th of this year, where 5 summonses were issued by the Department of Health. We have open communication with the owner, with Ramon. They've assisted us with a couple active investigations that we have. In June, there was an attempted robbery in front of the location, where a victim was shot multiple times in front of the location. They wanted to take his watch, so it was a robbery. And in July, there was a disorderly crowd exiting the establishment, where 2 males were slashed in front of the establishment. So that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Was there any association with these incidences and them being patrons of the location? Do we know that?
Yes.
Okay. So the incidents did involve patrons of the location. Got it. Mariel, you had your hand up.
Yes, thank you, Angel. But maybe you want to, I don't know if you want to check first with the community residents. I can wait until the committee section.
Okay, let's do that then. Do we have any community members that would like to?
Angel, this is Officer Aim. Can I add one more thing? Yeah, no, we've been, the Prime Bar has been very open with us. We've had, active communication, like I said. So, we're working together to prevent anything happening again in the future. So, I just wanted to make that clear. Thank you.
Okay. I don't see any community members who have raised their hands. So Maria, I'll give you the floor first, and then I saw Isidro's hand up.
Thank you. Yeah, those incidents are quite concerning. But it does sound, as Officer A mentioned from the 34th, that they're working closely with the establishment to improve things in the area, which is good news. I guess it's more of a procedural point. I do not see a questionnaire, and that's something that we do require. So maybe if Chanel can confirm if she's received a questionnaire or not. Thank you.
Chanel, did we receive a questionnaire? Chanel, are you still with us?
I'm sorry, what?
Did we receive a questionnaire from the applicant?
I'm sorry, which one are we on right now?
We are currently on number 9, 207 Prime Bar and Grill.
Yes, I sent that in, I sent that on Monday.
Okay.
So we received it late then.
Yeah, I received it a little late on Friday. So I saw it on Monday, and I sent it like around 12.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But Chanel, did you receive it on Friday? Wasn't on Monday, on Friday, right?
Yeah, I received it on like late Friday, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yep, I see right here. Receive these documents late Friday. I see that. Isidro, your hand was up? Or is up?
Yes, Angel. This is agenda item number 9, correct?
Yes.
Chanel, I think that you excluded, at least on the printed material that I have here, because I don't have any material for agenda item number 9.
Yeah, because you received the documents on Thursday.
Okay. Miguel, this establishment has been very active and very noisy, at least the times that I passed by. But I know the owner, I know that the owner is trying to do well. So the ask here is, so is there like a sale taking place for this corporate change? Miguel.
Isidro, this is Ramon
Yeah.
Pena. I don't know, maybe Miguel's on mute, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I was on mute. I'm sorry about that. So yeah, Isidro, to address your question, yeah, Ramon Pena is with us now. He's going to be purchasing 100% of the shares from Richard Wong. He's been working with Richard since May, and basically just trying to clean up the operations that he previously had when it came to, you know, the finances and getting a profitable business. And yeah, we understand that there's certain things that are being addressed and that have been addressed. Mr. Pena has been working closely with the 34th precinct. We are aware of certain incidents that occur. I know, you know, during the summer and, you know, towards at least till last month when certain situations were addressed with criminals that were, you know, robbing people in the Inwood area and basically creating these problems to these nightlife establishments. You know, hopefully that there's an end to that. And hopefully Mr. Pena and all our business owners in our area can resume operations correctly without having any of these incidents occur in the future.
Thank you, Miguel. So I know that Richard Wong has suffered tremendously, financially speaking, on getting involved in this business. I will vote in favor of this resolution of this applicant because I know of the hardship that Mr. Wong is going through. He has been the victim of other problems as well. I had a chat with Mr. Wong some time ago, and I really feel for the guy because he got really the end of, you know,
the bad end of the stick.
Short end of the stick. Yep.
Really feel bad for the guy. But anyway, Ramon, what's your experience not only on alcohol handling but also the community? Tell us where you're coming from. Tell us how well you know the community. I'm a little bit concerned that that you know the community, you know the problems. You heard many problems brought up by the 34th. I'm glad that you speak to the 34th precinct, but I'd like to know, or the committee know who you are, your experience, and all of that. And after that, I'll follow up with questions from Barbara and then Aurelia. Ramon.
Yes, thank you, Isidro. So I grew up in the community. I've been in Washington Heights, a community member for over 30 years. My whole family has been there. You know, the son of a New York City police officer and a teacher have been there probably since I want to say '93. Since then, I've worked in several corporate positions throughout my career. My background is in accounting and also in running multinational operations. Recently, over the past like 6 years, I also own a trucking business, which has been ongoing since I want to say about 2001. I have a lot of customer service experience from having worked in different service industries, as I mentioned before, and now taking on this new venture. As you mentioned, Richard has been unfortunately plagued by a streak of bad luck as of recently, but he has been working as closely as he can, with me in order to pass on the reins correctly. Unfortunately for the community has been plagued by a series of robberies. It is a bit of a lottery out there when it comes to these robberies. We're working closely, as the precinct mentioned, with the 34th precinct, and in addition to that, we've increased our security that we have. We try to curtail more to a restaurant clientele throughout the day in order to improve and ensure that we have no further instances. We haven't had any further ones since the summer.
Thank you so much, Ramon. I will now move for Barbara. You have your hands up. Barbara, you have the floor.
My concerns are this, and I do feel that I think you're an honest person. I do believe that what you're saying is sincere and honest. I don't live very far from there. I basically live at Dyckman Street, and I've seen the chaos and misery and chaos to some extent firsthand. I think it takes more than just one person coming in to try to set things straight. I think we have to look at with this not only this establishment, but some of the others that are in this nexus of 204th to 207th Street, their closing times, their some of their methods of operation and so forth. For example, I think the 34th at one time had been more successful with staggered closing times. So there couldn't be lots of people at the same time loitering on the streets and starting to kind of mix it up against each other. I think since this place has had significant difficulties, maybe have an earlier closing time for a year or so to make sure things are stable. And if you're attracting a better clientele, I don't think they would object to that because they don't stay out till 4 a.m. I don't know what their closing time is at the moment. Also to make sure very much, I don't know what their sound limiter and soundproofing is so that it's seen as a quiet establishment. I think all those have to be very aggressive measures. And also I'm concerned about when it closes, parking is an issue. In other words, people loiter waiting for cars, waiting for pickups, waiting for a car to come from a parking lot and so forth. And I'm really concerned how that gets addressed a lot.
Thank you so much, Barbara.
Yeah. So what is their closing time? Are they open to closing earlier? Things like that. Have they thought about dismissal and closing time? And people don't get robbed if they're not loitering outside, stuff like that.
Well, the closing time basically is what's permitted by the state liquor authority. So basically their license allows them to open until 4 a.m. There's certain days that they close earlier, depending on the activities that they have in the day. But everything that you've mentioned, Mr. Pena has addressed and continues addressing it on a daily basis, trying to create, precautions for the business, not to have these occurrences. So when it comes to closing, it all depends on the night, but the business is allowed to stay open till 4 a.m. And like I said, it depends on the day. If it's on a weekend, it mainly stays till 4. And what basically the operator tries to do is if there's any incidents that may seem to be happening inside, they have a strategic methods of bringing out the patrons in order for them not to loiter outside. Unfortunately, sometimes still people stick around. As you know, the situation that happened on Dyckman over the summer, it was something that happened an hour after the patrons have left establishments. So it's mainly at least 15, 20 minutes after you close your doors and nobody's consuming. Then people may drive around and come back to the area looking for other people. So these are things that happen, out of your control. You're inside, you're trying to close up, make sure that everybody gets home safely. And then you have outsiders that are looking for trouble, So these are things that all business owners, fear and try to address and, pray that these things don't happen in their establishments. Because, something happened in Carmine's in 86 and Broadway, the things that occurred that were out of the owner's control. So everything that you have addressed, I've been representing businesses for 20 years in the Inwood area. And I know what we go through when it comes to handling patrons that come from other boroughs to try to create trouble in our area.
Yeah, well, first of all, you sort of handed this off. if you have other security guards and such outside that's constantly moving people away from the establishment, it doesn't happen in front of your establishment, which requires a significant number of paid security guards that are stationed around and down the block that keep people moving. So that's one thing. So when you say, oh, we're inside and we're all inside, no, you've got to have people outside.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But that's what
you
I'm
interrupted
saying.
me. I'm speaking. The other thing is what I'm saying, and I'm addressing this to Isidro, is I think that establishments who've had these kinds of extremely serious problems, just taking their word of good faith, we're working on it, isn't really good enough. I think we should say that they should move their closing time back to 2 a.m. and see how they do for a year, and then maybe let them go back to 4 a.m. But they say they're aiming for a restaurant crowd, a better crowd. I think a 2 a.m. closing would be better. And then that removes them from the more chaotic scene and see how they do. Because they've already established that they didn't do real well.
Barbara, I'm sorry. If I could jump in there, I definitely I hear your points, and they are definite points of concern. I think it's important to mention that while we are able to stay open that late, we definitely lower the music earlier. Our security works hard to ensure that all the patrons move on from the establishment or not loitering in front, as you mentioned. And while I hear you in the essence of saying, hey, if a crowd is, if you're closing earlier, then there's less of a chance of an incident happening. That, it could be debatable. I mean, you have incidents that happen even at Peter Luger's in the middle of the day. I think what's important is for management, which is what we're trying to do, to stay vigilant, work with the patrons, and ensure that everyone has a safe and good time. And we also don't want to impact the number of employees that we have by reducing the hours that we have in a day, and causing to have more layoffs during this particular economy that we're going through right now. So, I welcome you. I invite you to come and join us. You'll see that we're running a clean shop. We're not just speaking to it. And, we look forward to being a contributing member to this community.
Thank you, Ramon. I see, Aurelia, are you speaking on behalf of this applicant?
Yes.
Otherwise, okay, you have 2 minutes.
So,
then I'll go to Robin.
what I want to say is I love Barbara's concern and for the community. She always brings up some valid points. I also want to point out certain things that have not been brought up. Floridita is on 207th Street, and we had a murder in January. They don't have alcohol. They don't have security. And when they did have alcohol and they did have security, they had a murder anyway. They had a robbing in pure daylight. That someone came and stole a watch from somebody walking out. So these aren't things that are going to be avoidable. However, they have taken, like Floridita, people take protective actions to protect our community members, and these are the things that they do. The current market today is not sustaining the late hours. So whether they have late hours or not, the market is not sustaining. I've been walking Dyckman, Washington Heights. I actually came to tears because at 10 o'clock, there's practically nothing moving weekdays. And in the weekends, after the marina was gone, nothing's moving on Dyckman Street. We're going to lose those businesses, and crime is going to increase crazily, like more so than what we're seeing today. Prior operations cannot be attributed to the present new operations because it hurts the new applicants, and they're trying to make a living and bring something good to our community. And believe me, we're getting stronger, and we will shut them down if they don't operate the way we expect them to, because we have expectations too for the members of this community. The current crime rate, the only way we keep it down is to keep the windows open and keep people working and jobs up. And I would love to see Prime come with a security plan. Tell me how you're going to move the people around. If maybe before the next board meeting, show us how, bring a security plan to the community board, and then give some, that would be great.
Aurelia, your time is up. I would like to now recognize Robin. Robin, you have the floor.
Yes, Barbara, your point is well known, but if we consider every other merchants to close the establishment around 2 o'clock in Diamond, that will be worst, because imagine how many establishments are around there. And like Aurelia says, we need people who brings a lot of good things to the communities, and we're here to defend the communities. We're here to work for the communities. And I don't see like put them to close at 2 o'clock in the morning. You know.
Okay. I think thanks, Ralph, for your point. I see. If you already spoke up, please lower your hand. But I'd now like to recognize Angel. Angel, you have the floor.
Sure. Can you just remind me again, coming in as the new full owner, replacing Mr. Wong, how long have you been a part of that transition? Like, when did you start? Because it seems like you've been involved with the business in some capacity for a while. I'm curious how long that transition has been happening for.
Sure. We started in May. I started working with Richard in May.
Okay. And to the 34th, when did all these incidents occur?
Just give me 1 second, please.
So based on my notes, Angel, I see that notes here from
June and July.
September, June, and July of this year. So it was.
Yes. In June, we had the attempted robbery in front of the location, and then July was the second incident.
Okay. I mean, I'm just gonna say it's concerning to me because I did ask the question earlier whether they were, patrons of the restaurants that were involved with the incidents, and according to the police precinct, it was a yes. So the way that I see it, it's very different from crime happening on the street. Yep, that's completely out of the control of the restaurant establishment. But when it's a patron involved in something that's happening directly outside of the business, that to me causes a little concern.
Angel, if I could just, this is Ramon again. If I could just speak to that. Yes, for example, the June incident, the patron did come out of the business, but the individuals who robbed them were not in the business.
Okay.
They were part of the local, or I'm guessing they were part of that local gang that was robbing people that was in the news recently.
Got it.
So that,
I think that's important. Thank you.
So Ramon, you said that you have been in complete, continuous communication with the 34th precinct in addressing this concern, but you were there since this incident took place, meaning that I would understand if you were not there, but you were there because you started in May, and this incident took place in June, July, and September.
In September, there was no incident in September, if I'm not mistaken.
Officer Aim, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. In September, we just conducted the March operation.
Okay, March operation. Okay, very well. That's what I want to know. Thank you so much. But you were there in June, and you were also there in July.
Mm-hmm. No, like I mentioned, it's either the June incident is, again, is something beyond explanation or beyond our control. Obviously, we don't want anyone getting shot, and if the individuals were not even inside, except the person that's being robbed, that could happen to anyone walking out of Taco Bell or anything.
And there seems to be a continuous communication with the 34th precinct, correct?
That is correct. We provided over all video footage, everything that had been in relation to that incident. If I'm not mistaken, an arrest was made.
Okay.
On
Angel, thank you. Angel, is that a new hand or old hand?
That is an old hand. Sorry, I am done.
Thank you so much. Committee members, I think that we should move into voting procedure because it's getting late. So on that note, I would like to go into voting procedure, and you please take it on.
Sure. Isidro, how do you vote?
Yes.
I'm gonna vote yes as well. Mariel, how do you vote?
Yes.
Robin?
Yes.
Barbara?
No.
Simari,
Yes.
Leo.
Yes.
That's a 6-1-0 vote.
Thank you so much, Angel. This application passes. Ramon, please continue working with the 34th precinct. Uh, it's a very congested area, and we would not like to hear noise from or complaints from our residents. I know it's not a stipulation, but I highly recommend that you post your phone number in making sure that if there are any concerns, that at least the resident will have an ability to call you.
Will do. Thank you so much, Isidro. Thank you so much to all the board members.
Thank you so much, Ramon. Take care of yourself, and then let's proceed to the next one.
Sure. This will be the last of our corporate change requests. This is DNC Restaurant Bar and Grill Corp. doing business as La Esquina de Nagua Restaurant, located at 2244 Amsterdam Avenue at the corner of West 172nd Street.
Before we proceed,
Yes,
before I proceed, Chanel, based on the package that I received, I do not have a complete questionnaire on this matter. Can you please confirm that that is actually the case?
Yeah, they sent their questionnaire, I believe, yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yeah, and I think I sent it to the committee. Let me check when exactly.
If it was sent out yesterday, doesn't give the committee members enough time to review this application. It's not fair for the committee to review all of these questions and issues, questionnaire a day beforehand, and since it was yesterday, I think it represents a problem.
We can withdraw for next month. I just came in on this, Isidro, so I thought that this had been, I didn't prepare that per questionnaire, and I'd like an opportunity to prepare a package, that's worthy of the committee. If we can put this off.
And Aurelia,
Yeah.
please be sure that for next month that they post a public notice, because we're going to be checking on all of that.
Okay.
So thank you so much, Aurelia. So you're also going to withdraw application, agenda item number 11, right?
That's they have a corporate change and they have a method of operation change. Yes, correct, those two.
All right. So those two have been withdrawn. So committee members, please note that this application has been withdrawn. Agenda item number 10 and number 11 have been withdrawn. So please make note
Question,
of that.
Isidro, is
Yes.
the 34th precinct on with us on this call, or just 34th?
This belongs to the 33rd precinct.
They're not on, right, on this call?
No, I am. I'm here. I'm Officer Brown.
Okay. Hi, how are you? We'd like to schedule a meeting with you. If so, I just wanted to put it on the record. Thank you. We'll reach out to you for this location. Thank you.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you so much. Yelin, let's proceed to the next one, please.
So we're now going to move over into the next batch of applicants that are seeking for a method of operation change. Since 11 is withdrawn, the next one is Enjoy Kitchen and Bar Corp. doing business as Enjoy Kitchen and Bar, located at 582 West 207th Street at the corner of Vermilion Avenue.
So
I'm going to represent Enjoy, Isidro, just so you know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So you are the representative. I did receive a copy of the questionnaire. So at this point, the question that I'll ask is if a public sign was posted.
Yes.
So indicating the public sign has been posted. All right. This is a corporate change. Change to the method of operation. So Aurelia, what are the changes to the method of operation that you are requesting?
We noticed last summer when we did their sidewalk cafe that they were missing some items on their liquor license, and we wanted it to be consistent with any representation. So we're just updating the application with the liquor authority to reflect what they want, the way they want to operate. So they're missing security. We're adding security. We're adding DJ, and we're adding a 4 a.m. closing to the application with live music.
So the change of operations include adding security, correct?
Correct.
Adding live music, correct?
Yes.
And closing at 4
4
a.m.
a.m.
When?
and DJ.
And DJ. And closing at 4 a.m. Which days of the week?
They're not really closing at 4 a.m. every day, but we like to do have the option to close from Thursday till Saturday, 4 a.m. No, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They will, optional. It's not because they're going to close that time, but they'd like the option.
So you're asking to have the option of closing the premise on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturday at 4 o'clock, 4 in the morning.
Yes.
So again, the ask is to close Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays at 4 a.m. Adding DJ, adding live music. What type of live music?
He's telling me Sunday. I'm sorry, and Sunday. The only reason, I'm sorry, 4 a.m. Sunday as well. Excuse me. Not because we're going to close at 4 a.m. Sunday, only because the holidays are coming. And even if it falls, like even if New Year's or a day falls on the holiday, they want to have the option that it's Sunday. So it would be Wednesday through Sunday, excuse me, Isidro.
So Wednesday through Sundays, 4
Yes.
a.m. And the music, live music, what type of music will you play?
Non-amplified, mariachi, jazz, no, there's not going to be like big bands or anything of that nature. It's not a discotheque.
Thank you so much. Officer Aim, what's the opinion of 34?
In regards to this location, as I mentioned before, we haven't had any 311 complaints or any 911 jobs at the location. So, we don't have any issues with this location. But, if they were to add the live music, obviously soundproofing and a sound limiter would help. Thank you.
Have any comments from our community members? Seeing none, committee members, now you have questions that you like to pose. This is the right time. Maria.
Thanks, Isidro. I'll admit I'm a bit concerned with the hours, and then asking Wednesday to Sunday to 4 a.m. and also asking for live music and DJ. Obviously, I think at minimum, we'll definitely need, or we're definitely going to request a sound limiter and, soundproofing and all those types of things. But yeah, I would want to see if we can change those hours a bit. I think that's a little too much. Thanks.
Thank you so
much. I don't have any suggestions at the moment, but just kind of a note for our committee members to think about.
I can bring it up. Follow. Now I'm going to recognize Barbara, then followed by Angel.
Okay. First of all, about the Sunday hours, because a holiday might fall on a Sunday, we can give them just dispensations for holidays. In other words, it can say like Thursdays through Saturdays, and, for example, federal holidays, and then certain special holidays. I get the impression that this is more of a Mexican place on Cinco de Mayo. So it can be delineated Thursdays through Saturdays, and then July 4th, not necessarily New Year's Eve, because that is done especially by the 34th Precinct. You have to get a special permit for New Year's Eve, and the inspector of the 34th decides who gets that. So we could say July 4th, Memorial Day, or we could say, and special holidays at the discretion of the 34th Precinct. I think that would be fair, so that if the inspector says, okay, fine, go ahead because it happened on a Sunday, then it's fine. Would that be okay, Aurelia? What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds great. And just so you know, Barbara, we have a sound limiter and he has soundproofing. That's why we don't have 311 calls.
let's discuss the specifics, the steps later on.
Sure. No problem.
Angel.
I've been trying to find the application. My question is simple. I want to know you're increasing the hours from currently what time? I know to 4 on those days, but from what's the current closing time?
I believe they're 2 a.m.
No.
2 a.m.
You have every day from 7 a.m. From Mondays through Saturdays from 7 a.m. to 4 a.m. and then on Sundays from 1 p.m. to 4 a.m. So I don't know
So
why
we're at 4 a.m. We're at 4 a.m. anyway. He thinks he's been closing at 2.
That's based on the application that you've filed. So
I think
we can work on getting specific hours. But your current hours as listed on the questionnaire is as I have indicated. Angel.
Yeah, no, that was my question. I wanted to get clarity because I looked at the application and it currently says 4 a.m. every night, and I'm like, so what's the current closing time?
I think he doesn't.
Barbara, is that
It's
on
okay.
hand? On your hand?
Oh, no, that's just on my forehead. But when you say on the application, is that the pending application or their current status?
The current.
Really?
What they have to write on the application is the current status.
Well, he may have made a mistake. He may have confused current with what he wants. Yeah.
Who filed this questionnaire, Aurelia?
Yeah, he did, and he's telling me that.
Yeah, he made a
now
mistake.
he's saying he thinks he made a mistake, but
yeah,
he says he's had his this license for 3 years, and he's never had an issue with noise or anything. So.
Thank you, Aurelia. So, based on.
But it's 2 a.m. I think.
It's 2 a.m.
No.
What are the current hours of operation? Please tell us day by day your current, not what you would like to have, your current hours of operation.
Usted, dígale la hora de operación, Ismael.
I'm sorry. From Monday through Wednesday, I believe it's into 2 o'clock, and Thursday through Sunday, I believe is for to 3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Let me check the license.
So you would like to add now from Wednesdays until Sundays until 4 o'clock in the morning, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Maria.
Yes, I was just going to say that I just actually looked it up on the Liquor Authority mapping project that actually can share that information. It's exactly what the business owner said. So Monday to Wednesday, 7 to 2 a.m., 7 a.m. to 2 a.m., and then Thursday to Sunday, 7 a.m. to 3 a.m. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Leo.
Just a recommendation. So seems like he already has his hours, and he just wants to extend it now. The only recommendation I have, maybe to add the stipulations later on, is maybe a Sunday earlier closing. It's just to give. They don't have any complaints for 3-1, so I commend them for the soundproofing. But I think it would be beneficial to the community if on Sunday at least, prior to the start of the week, they close maybe at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Versus the 4 a.m.
See, the Liquor Authority already gave them till 3 a.m., so they don't take back hours unless there are issues. What I would recommend is leave it at 3 a.m. and give him his 4 a.m. Wednesday through Saturday because he's had no issues, and it was only a leap of 1 hour because he's not had an issue, and maybe keep Sunday at 3 a.m. again because there's no issues. We're only leaping an hour.
Thank you, Leo. All right. So let's bring closer to this. If there are no other concerns. So, Ariel, you saying that this place has been properly soundproofed?
Yes.
And a sound limiter has been installed?
Yes.
So your request is to have perhaps Wednesdays through Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Until 4 a.m.
Correct.
and then the rest of the days until assist, right?
Correct.
But on Sunday you have
Till 3 a.m. That's
until
our
3
normal
a.m.
hour.
Okay, thank you so much. So the idea is to have Wednesday through Saturday until 4 a.m.
Correct.
So I would like it. I'd like for you to perhaps consider um, perhaps putting a phone number outside of the establishment in case there are any problems that patrons will have access to someone in the place as a stipulation. I don't know if any of the committees want to add anything else because they have the soundproof, they have the sound limiter, and they ask us to add Wednesday through Saturday until 4 a.m. Would that be okay with the rest of the committees? Committee members?
What happens on Monday and Tuesday,
We
Mondays
keep
and
our normal hours
which are,
till 2 a.m.
oh, till 2 a.m.? Okay.
all right, Leo. If there are no oppositions, I think we should move into board procedure.
Mhm.
You're on mute, Angel.
Angel, you are on mute.
I was certainly on mute. Isidro?
Yes.
I vote yes. Mariel?
Yes.
Robin?
Yes.
Barbara?
Yes.
Maddie?
Yes.
And Leo?
Yes.
Passes unanimously.
Thank you
Can
so
we
much,
repeat
Angel.
everything again, everyone, please? Because I forgot. I'm sorry.
So the idea is to
Okay.
putting a phone number of the manager
Mhm.
in place in case there are any problems. Patrons and residents will have someone that they can have access to, and also the closing hours will be from Wednesdays through Saturdays until 4 a.m.
And then our methods of operations are approved, correct? The other addition that we requested.
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Angel, proceed to the next one, please.
The next, also seeking a method of operations change is Margarita Mexican Tapas Inc., doing business as Brasier Ceviche Wine Bar, located at 3775 10th Avenue at the corner of West 203rd Street.
Thank you. We do have a representative for Brasier.
Good evening, Aurelia Taveras for the representative, for the applicant Braciel, Margarita Tapas Braciel, DBA Braciel.
Thank you so much. So the request here to change to the method of operations, what are they?
We're asking in Braciel to add karaoke, live music, and security.
Karaoke, live music, and
security.
And security. Very well. And the live music, what would that be?
Non-amplified jazz. They have they usually, because they have Mexican food, it's usually you'll see mariachi or two. And mariachi consists of two guys with a guitar, or it's and it's non-amplified. There's no speaker. There's nothing that and it's usually inside. So
Thank
there's
you so
nothing
much.
going on outside.
And Aurelia, please let me know that security have to be registered in New York State as a requirement. I'm sure you know that, but just remind them. This is with the Prairie 34 Precinct, Officer Aim.
Yes, Officer Aim from the 3-4. With Brasier, we just had a 15311 in the whole year, just mainly consisting in loud noise and illegally parked cars in front of the location. With the illegally parked cars, we're handling that. We're issuing summonses. So, just something to think about. And back in July 31st, Brasier was the victim of criminal mischief. There was some type of a dispute inside the location where the glass door was broken. So they filed a report with us. That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Officer Ames. So the glass door was broken. Okay. Are there any residents? No comments from residents. So Aurelia, they're going to add karaoke, live music, and security personnel um, for the 15311 calls and the illegally parked cars. One of the steps that I'm going to ask is for a one phone number of someone in charge to be displayed outside, and also to post a no double parking sign, because we have to help out the precinct, making sure in case of an emergency, that these vehicles are not double parked. Are there any recommendations from committee members? Barbara.
Yeah, I was going to suggest when you say no double parking sign, 809 has not, it isn't a sign in the restaurant. They have, on a post that goes out by the curb, it looks like a stop sign, but it's round. It's, it's a pole with a sign on top that, they put out there. And I think that really helps.
All right, thank you. Yeah.
It's a metal pole with a sign on top.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Barbara. So Aurelia, the idea is to put the sign like where it's visible so we can prevent this problem. All right. Committee members, if I see no opposition, I recommend that we go to a vote. Angel, please proceed.
Sure. Isidro?
Yes.
I vote yes. Mariel?
Yes.
Robin?
Yes.
Barbara?
Yes.
Simari?
Yes.
Leo?
Yes.
Alrighty. Passes unanimously.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Aurelia. Next one, Angel, please.
Okay, so our next batches are seeking new on-premises liquor license. The first one we have is Triple J Restaurant Corp, located at 4927 Broadway, Store 3 at the corner of West 207th Street.
Good evening, guys. Miguel Acosta, representing the application. How you doing?
Good. Miss Chanel, based on the record that I have here, the printed forms, I don't see floor plans, I don't see questionnaire, I don't see menu. Can you please share some lights into that?
Yes, did submit the questionnaire.
When did you submit the questionnaire?
Let me check.
And while you're checking, please find out about the floor plans and the menu as well. Because I don't have none of that.
Okay, it was in the packet I sent on Friday, November 5th.
You sent it out to all the committee members?
Yes.
So I don't
it's a third attachment.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Sorry, I was just looking at the email. I think it's in the third attachment.
It is. I see it as well.
Just give me 1 second while I look for it. You sent this out when, November 9th?
I got it the 5th at 4:30.
Cuidado. It's the email that we got from Chanel on November 5th, so Friday the 5th at 4:31 p.m. It has 3 attachments. It's the last attachment. It's in the first application on there.
Okay, Triple J, thank you, Angel, just found it. Thank you so much. So I'm going to ask questions. This is with the Prairie 34 precinct. So Officer Aim, as requested on the applicant on the application here, um, they're requesting to have DJ, karaoke, live music. They said that the space has been properly soundproofed, and that they also installed a sound limiter. There will be no third-party promotions, no need for security personnel. The hours of operation will include Mondays through Thursdays from 7 a.m. to 1 a.m. and then Fridays and Saturdays from 7 a.m. to 3 a.m. and then on Sundays from 7 a.m. to 1 a.m. The capacity is 74. They have 23 tables, 46 chairs. There will be 12 bar stools. They submitted a floor plan and a copy of the menu. Aurelia, I see here that it's like Nueva España. Is that like a copy of La Nueva España, or that'll be the name of
I'm the rep. I'm sorry, Cedro. Miguel, I'm the representative.
Miguel, I'm sorry, Miguel.
Nah, no problem. Yeah, so basically, this is the third time that I submitted this application to the board. The first time there was the posting was not placed correctly, and then last month it was submitted the following day from the due date. So I resubmitted for this month. This application is being processed at the Liquor Authority. The current ownership is the same owner as Mi Pequeña España on 207, who has been there for many years, great operator. Ms. Francisco had negotiated this lease during the pandemic due to the fact that she was having issues with her current landlord on 207 Street. According to her information, she has made certain arrangements with the current landlord and will remain operating on 207 in the meantime until this establishment opens. I know the DBA says to be determined, but they have made they have chosen a name, which is going to be called Napa on the Heights. So the business is going to be focused mainly on Latin seafood and wines. The reason they're applying for a full liquor license because it comes in handy, you know, when your patrons require, you know, ask for consumption of alcohol and you can't provide it, then it limits your resources in order for you to generate revenue. So this basically is going to be owner operator restaurant. Even though they're offering entertainment, is basically just to have these things on their license because of the fact that, you know, in any occasion you can have an event where you bring in a DJ or bring in somebody to, you know, to do a karaoke or sing live. And if you're not in compliance with the state liquor authority rules and regulations, then that can have a secondary effect on your location and license. So I think Joanna has shown us to be a good operator, even though this is a residential area, and she has been operating on 207 Street for many years with her husband, Juan Jimenez, who has assisted her in keeping these operations in compliance with all the, you know, regulations. I don't foresee any situations in this location that may affect our community. Like I said, I pulled out this application twice just to be courteous to the community and to the neighborhood, for them to know that this establishment is coming up, even though this application has been processed already and actually approved by the Liquor Authority.
Miguel, what are the cross streets of this address? I don't have a clear picture.
This is between 207 and 204. This is right across the street from the supermarket next to Kennedy Fried Chicken, where the dry cleaners is at.
Now I got it. Yeah, I see the. Okay, very well. This is with the Prairie 34 precinct. Officer Aim.
Yeah, the only concerns we have with this location is just essentially the parking and the possible noise that it could produce inside the establishment. There's a bus stop right in front of the location, and parking is horrible all around the area. And if obviously soundproofing and sound limiter would definitely be needed since there's residential apartments right above. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Officer Aim. Um, Committee members? I'm sorry, let me go back to residents. Are there any residents concerns? Seeing none, committee members. Um, I'm going to ask the following stipulations. One, a good neighbor sign to be posted
Okay.
on the premise. Two, a phone number to be displayed at the premise in case there are issues with the premise that residents and patrons can have access to someone managing the establishment right away. Three, to send us proof of a purchase of a sound limiter, and that receipt should be sent to the community board by Friday before the general board meeting, before 5 p.m. in the afternoon.
Okay. Okay.
Also, a sign that would indicate no double parking.
Okay.
I see that the hours are not prohibitive, so we'll have no problems with that. But I'm now
Thank you.
going to see if there are any committee members that like to add or comment on any of this. Committee members? So I guess everyone is in tune with what we have detailed here.
Well, Isidro, I just wanted to say that that area there, across from at 207th Street, is probably one of the most congested places in the neighborhood, apart from like around the GW Bridge. And I think, I mean, what I said, like what 809 has, not just a sign about no double parking, but I mean, to have some kind of, metal sign post up would be necessary. I mean, they're not the problem. PJ's Liquor is the big problem. And that's right across the street from you, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. And so, I mean, that's the real attractor for double parking. And that impacts your business because you see that. So I just point that out, that it's a big problem. Will most of your business be walkers, people who walk to the restaurant?
Yeah, mainly that area, 207th Street, it's hard to find parking regardless of the fact, that there's 16 licensed premises around the area. And I guess everybody has figured out, even though it's high volume traffic, everybody has figured out, how to get there, or parking spaces in the area. So I don't think, and like I said, this Ms. Franco has been operating Francisco has been operating her restaurant for many years on 207th Street. So she's fairly aware of how that, area is congested. So I don't foresee an issue with double parking, but I will address, the concerns of the community board to her and make sure that any stipulations that are implemented are really addressed.
Thank you. I'd like to move this agenda forward. So, Francisco, you have 4 steps in place, including what has been brought up about the metal post up, no double parking. And on that note, because I have to move this agenda forward.
Not a problem.
If there are no oppositions, I'd like the committee to move forward to voting procedure. Angel.
Excellent. Thank you.
Isidro?
Yes.
I vote yes. Maria?
Yes.
Robin?
Yes.
Barbara?
Yes.
Simari?
Yes.
And Leo?
Yes.
It passes unanimously.
Thank you very much. You have a great evening. Thank you.
Take care, amigo. Next one, Angel, please.
Sure. Moving on to the next one. Again, this is for a new on-premise liquor license. This is Jayla's Hospitality Corp. located at 3820 Broadway at the corner of West 159th Street.
Thank you so much, Angel. Do we have a representative here for agenda item number 15?
Yes, my name
Yes.
is Robert Callahan from Michael Kelly Inc. And with me is the owner, Joel. And who's with you, Joel?
Oscar, my husband.
How are you
We're
guys?
both the
Oscar.
owners. Hi.
You folks are saying from
Locksmith.
Yes,
Locksmith.
we're currently owner operators of Locksmith on 192nd and Broadway. Just quick history about us. We've been at Locksmith 12 years now. Going on 13, time flies. And with the new restaurant, what we plan to do is bring Peruvian rotisserie chicken to the neighborhood. Kind of like Pio Pio. They're the biggest Peruvian restaurateurs that I know of in the city. So many people know them. So we're kind of modeling ourselves kind of after them. We're looking to have a nice spread out menu.
Yeah, so ideally have family style food, right? So a whole rotisserie chicken, emphasis on delivery, large families, big parties, serving the hospital.
For the purpose of the minutes, can you please tell us your name so I can be
Oh,
recorded?
sorry. Joelle Ludwig, the owner.
Oscar Napper, operating owner.
Okay, so in essence, you're looking to expand a little bit south, but with the Peruvian taste to it. That's great.
Yes.
Officer Brown, this is with the Private 33rd Precinct. I'm going to review some of the requests for this new establishment requesting a full liquor license. So they are asking for DJ, music will be recorded, no karaoke, no live music, no need for sound limiter. The hours of operations on a daily basis is until Monday and from 8 a.m. to 2 a.m., 7 days a week.
Actually, that's a mistake. Somebody from my office put 2 a.m. Straight across the board. Friday and Saturdays, they were asking for 4 a.m. I sent an updated page to the office this afternoon when I noticed the error.
Until 4 a.m. And the capacity is 74 with 28 tables and 56 chairs. We see a floor plan. I'm sure everything here is accessible, correct?
No.
And I see a copy of the menu, so this is a complete application. I see that you also posted this public sign up. That's really good. I'm sure you guys do things as requested because you run a tight business on Locksmith. But at this point, I'd like to hear the opinion of the 33rd Precinct.
Hi, good evening, Officer Brown from the 33rd Precinct. We don't have any rejections or complaints against putting this restaurant here. We get a little double parking in that area. That's mainly our only issue on 159th Street and Broadway. I believe there's another bar across the street from that. And then on 158th Street is where you would make a right and enter to the West Side Highway. But we don't have any objections or complaints from the 33 Precinct.
Thank you so much, Officer.
You're welcome.
At this point, I'd like to hear comments from our residents, if there are any. I see none.
There are two hands. Cheryl and Denise. They asked to speak a while ago.
What happened?
Please mute your phones. So I don't see Cheryl. But if Cheryl's on the line, Cheryl, you have the floor.
Hi, can you hear me?
Cheryl, yes, please.
Okay, hi. So I had a couple of comments. Just in case nobody realized, that's the location, that's the same address where it used to be Boxers. It's the same, I looked it up on the SLA. It's the same address. And if I recall that there was a lot of problems with boxers, because I had attended several of the licensing meetings when boxers came up before the committee, and there was like a lot of residents that came and they spoke because of the noise. People that lived across the street from there, they said that they were hearing the noise clear across the street, the music and everything. And there was a lot of issues with the owner, and it was a mess. So I don't know what happened with boxers, that they closed down. I don't know if they just went out of business or they were shut down by SLA, but that is the same location. And there are apartments, I believe, above that establishment as well as across the street. I don't know if it had been soundproofed, but one other thing I noticed, I looked it up on the SLA just a little while ago, and their license is pending. It looks like they had already gone before the State Liquor Authority. October 7th was when they filed for this license. So I'm a little confused as to if they applied to SLA last month, how come they didn't first come before the community board to say that they are opening an establishment there? I thought that the licensee has to first come before the community board and state that they have an interest in opening up a business there so that people in the community, they know what's happening. Looks like they already filed for the license and the license is pending.
So Cheryl, you're saying that this address is the same as Boxer?
Yes,
It is.
3820 Broadway. Yes.
It is.
Can I have some comments from the owners about this?
Yes, absolutely. So I'm just going to comment on the first few parts, and then I'll let our representative, Michael Kelly, respond to the other comments about the SLA. So just to start off, we have absolutely no affiliation with boxers. To my understanding, from what they were running before was more of a nightclub. If you go on their Instagram page, that still exists, Boxers Washington Heights, you can kind of see what they were operating. What we want to operate is a family-styled restaurant. We're going in there now, and we're under construction, and we're kind of, and this is no shade or not throwing anyone under the bus, but we're kind of cleaning up a lot of the mess that they left behind. So we're under, heavy construction, trying to open up the space a little more, reveal the windows, because it was kind of like really covered up. The only thing I will say is that they did have some solid soundproofing on the ceiling. Again, they were running a nightclub before, so they definitely insulated the ceilings heavily, the walls around. Our contractor even commented, Jesus Christ, you have thousands and thousands of insulation here that you're just throwing away. We should reuse this stuff. But we have no affiliation with boxers. What we want to do is, again, a family-styled restaurant. And I'll let Michael Kelly, a representative, just comment on the SLA stuff.
Michael, for a quick minute, then I'll get back to Angel.
I'm sorry. You know what? I do not have that information in front of me because I'm actually working from home.
Can I just help you? So, Rob, what the question was why did we submit an application to the SLA before going in front of the community board? That was Cheryl's concern. And then my understanding, that is the procedure, is that not?
Well, I mean, we
submit
can,
and then go ahead.
We can do it, if the community board doesn't approve it, we could always withdraw the application. We're just trying to get things done as expeditiously as possible. We're not sneaking by the community board. We notified the community board. We gave them the proper 30-day notice. We're just getting things moving along. If something comes up and there's a problem, we'll deal with it as it comes up.
Thank you. Angel, followed by Marielle.
I just want to make sure that there aren't any other community members. I don't know if that session was over.
Yeah, there was Denise.
There's Denise. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Hi, thank you. This is Denise, and welcome, Ms. Ludwig, to our little corner of South Washington Heights. I was one of the community members who Cheryl mentioned appearing before the committee in the past. I did have 5 questions, all of which were answered about your operation, but I do want to just reiterate that we did have a lot of problems with the previous owner, who was not just a bad neighbor, but also unresponsive to our concerns and unavailable to us. So can you address how you would make yourself more available if there were complaints, and that if community members like myself, who I'm on the corner of 159th and Broadway, and there's a lot of us in our building who have been affected by the past noise. But I would also like to just make one comment about the past owner as well. It definitely was a nightclub, but they also operated without a working kitchen for almost a full year. So it was a lot of drinking and no food. So that was, I think, probably the source of the problem. But if you could answer my question, that'd be great. Thank you.
Do you mind if I respond to her?
Please do.
Okay. Hi, Denise. So we live in Washington Heights. Our son goes to school in Washington Heights. I own a wellness center as well that I just opened in 181st Street. We also have Locksmith, which we are very active with the neighbors. So we have no affiliation to Boxers, but one thing is for sure, we are a part of this community, meaning we want everyone to welcome us into this community. We're not you to dine in with us. We want you and family in with us. And this is our idea. And this is what our concept at Locksmith as well. Anybody that's ever had an issue with us at Locksmith, we've always addressed them. We give them our personal number. Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
So Oscar and I, one of us will always be there. And Denise, if you come in, introduce yourself, we'll give you our direct number if you ever had an issue. Go ahead.
I think one of the suggestions that Isidro always makes, posting our phone number, is a great idea. That's something that we can absolutely do. We can post our phone number. So if anybody has any questions or God forbid any complaints, they can always reach out and, shoot us a text message or give us a call and get directly to us. They don't have to speak to a manager. They don't have to speak to a hostess. They can come directly to us. And it's something that's worked at Locksmith also. And I hate to refer back to Locksmith all the time, but it's where we've been at for the past 12, 13 years. And Denise, you can also go check us out on Yelp, on our Locksmith page, and kind of see what we're about and what we've done in the community for the past 12, 13 years, just so you can get a little idea of who we are.
Thank you so much, Oscar. Angel, is that like a new hand or old hand?
No, this is just the same hand that I've been trying to. I just wanted to say a few things.
Please.
Oh, okay. No, I was just I was gonna say. Well, first, I live on 160th and Broadway, so I'm very familiar with the area. And as somebody who is a frequent patron of Boxers, and as somebody who also goes to Locksmith, I can assure everyone here that they are completely two different spaces. It is not the same. Boxers operates at a very much like nightclub type setting. Yes, they offer food. But it is mostly a space for people to socialize late into the night with a lot of heavy drinking. That is not what Locksmith, or at least my experience of Locksmith. Locksmith to me is very much a restaurant. I personally look forward to having some Peruvian rotisserie. Peruvian food is like one of my favorites, so I look forward to having that right around the corner from me. And yeah, I just want to emphasize that this doesn't seem to me, it's not going to be the nightclub that Boxers was, as somebody who frequented and still frequents Boxers, but downtown.
I'm sorry to interrupt. One last thing really quick, back to one of Denise's questions, the kitchen. Now, unfortunately, Boxers didn't have an operating working kitchen, so we are spending a lot of money down there just bringing that kitchen up to code, getting the gas installed, getting proper kitchen equipment, and again, just kind of fixing everything that was wrong in there. Legalizing everything, sorry.
Yeah, thank you so much. And Angel, on your note, I also love Peruvian food. It's one of my favorite. And I hope and wish that we can perhaps have a couple of drinks there. I love Peruvian food. And I know what Locksmith is doing in our community is just great, great partners. They continue to support the community. I go there, have a pleasant time. So, it's something great is coming to 159.
Thank you very much.
I couldn't agree more with that.
On that note, I would like for Angel to please proceed with the procedure without no oppositions.
Sure. Isidro, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Maria?
Yes.
Robin?
Yes.
Barbara?
Yes.
Simati?
Yes.
And Leo?
Yes.
Passes unanimously.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
I
guys.
hope do well as you have always been doing. And I promise that both Angel and I, hopefully Maria, who also lives nearby, and other committee members are going to drop by and enjoy your delicious food and service. Thank you
When
so
do you
much.
open?
Hoping January.
Yeah, we're hoping. Yeah, well, we're just on the construction and all that other craziness.
And liquor license, we heard, is they're very delayed right now. So. We'll open with food if they don't.
Just a quick note, and again, I didn't ask for stipulations because I know that you have been great operators, but because of the concerns of boxes, as we had previously, a recommendation is that you post a phone number
Absolutely.
to make sure that there are no issues, and if there are issues, that they be rectified.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you very much.
Take care of yourself. Lots of luck.
Thank you, Cedar.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you please proceed to the next one.
Next up, we have Malai LLC, located at 3805 10th Avenue at the corner of West 204th Street.
Oh, Mala actually withdrew.
Oh.
Yeah.
So this application has been withdrawn, and
Yes.
the committee will not entertain this application, so we can move forward. Thank you so much, Chanel.
Next, we have Cafe WH Inc., located at 4186 Broadway, between 177th and West 178th Street.
Yes, yeah, it's me, James Wang.
I'm sorry, what's your name, sir?
James, last James. James, James. Last name Wang, W-A-N-G.
Okay, thank you so much. So this is a new application for a, bear with me please, with a full liquor license.
Yes.
And let me go through the specifics. This is within the private 33rd precinct. There is a copy of the menu. There is a copy of the questionnaire. And we do have a copy of the floor plan. So Officer Brown, I'm going to go through the specifics quickly so you can have an idea what's coming to 4186 Broadway. So in essence, they're asking for just recorded music. There'll be no jukebox, no DJ, no live music. The space has been properly soundproofed. There'll be no third-party promotion. And the hours of operations, 11 a.m. to 12 a.m., 7 days a week. The capacity is 74. It's a very straightforward application. I see when I see that you're not requesting so many things, I tend to like these places. But anyway, Officer Brown, based on what you heard, and perhaps before I ask the question, perhaps I would like to have Mr. Wang tell us a little bit more about himself, what he knows about the community, and what type of restaurants we're going to have in this establishment.
Yeah, there will be a Japanese restaurant. So they do have another restaurant. It's located in 3470 Broadway. So this is the second restaurant the owner operate. Will be for the restaurant at the hour, just you said, the hour just 11 to 12.
And sir, what's your experience in alcohol handling?
Yeah, I said, okay, so they do have another restaurant located in 3470 Broadway. So they operate about 6 years.
Thank you so much. For 6 years, right?
Yes, yeah.
And what's the name of the place again?
Called Jiha GEISHA. Jiha.
Jiha. Okay. And you said that you have 6 years of experience there?
Oh, it's not me. Yeah, for my client, I'm the representative. Yeah.
Very well. Officer Brown, what's the opinion of the 33rd Precinct?
Good evening, everyone. It's Police Officer Brown again from the 33rd Precinct. We don't have any objections to bringing this restaurant here. The only concern we have, that area is very, very congested. We have the entrance to the West Side Highway on 177th Street. We have United Palace a block and a half away. And we have the George Washington Bridge, which gets backed up a lot with traffic on 179th Street. So just our only concerns are just pretty much outside the establishment, just the double parking and the traffic congestion. Aside from that, we don't have any other objections.
Thank you so much, Officer.
Thank you.
Officer Brown. Do I have any questions from our residents? Seeing none, let's now move into committee session. Committee members, any questions?
I love Japanese food and sushi specifically.
Yes.
Very well. I think this is a very straightforward application with very limited impact to our community. However, I would like to have that the owner displays a good neighbor sign. And I'm also going to request that a phone number be displayed on the property in case there are problems. So we would like to have a phone number to be displayed, or someone that is in charge in case there are any problems, that the patrons and residents can have access to someone that is managing the establishment. I would also like to request, and you know, please write it down, a no double parking sign to be posted or put on the sidewalk, so that we dissuade any vehicles from double parking in that area.
Yes.
So 3 stipulations, right? To display a good neighbor sign, which you can get from our office. You can call Chanel or Ebenezer to send you the good neighbor sign. We have that at the community board, so you can post it on your establishment, correct? Then a phone number to be displayed again, and also no double parking sign to be to be put on the sidewalk, correct?
Okay, yeah.
So if I have this, so you understand the 3 steps?
Yes, I understand. Yeah.
Mr. Juan, do you understand the 3 stipulations? Okay, very well.
Yes.
So on that note, if there are no issues, I'd like to go into voting procedure, and you please proceed.
Sure. Isidro?
Yes.
I vote yes. Mariel?
Yes.
Robin?
Yes.
Barbara?
Yes.
Imari?
Yes.
And Leo?
Yes.
Passes unanimously.
Congratulations, Mr. Juan. We hope that you do well.
Thank you.
Eileen will probably drop by in this place once you.
Good night for everybody.
Congratulations. Okay, so let's proceed to the next one.
Next, we have Shamika Rosario, or entity to be formed, located at 300 Audubon Avenue at the corner of West 180th Street.
And Angel, I'd like for you to continue with the session, and I'll take like maybe 2 minutes out. Please proceed.
Sure, not a problem. Do we have a representative?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Terrence Flynn.
Terrence, what's your last name? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Flynn, Flynn. Yeah.
Perfect. Let me just, I have the application in front of me. I just want to make sure all the documents were submitted. Give me just 1 second. Okay. So I don't see a questionnaire here, sir.
We submitted the questionnaire 3 times. We submitted it back in September when we originally came and it was put over. It wasn't on October. We submitted it again in October, and then I submitted it again just this morning to make sure that it was there.
That it was there. Chanel,
Yeah,
can you?
I sent the email, I believe, either Monday or yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
But everything
explaining-
arrived by, and does that
Yeah,
include-
everything arrived on time. I just missed it.
Okay.
And I sent it explaining in the email.
Okay, so while I look up the email, can you
yesterday,
just confirm that we also received the menu and floor plan?
Yes. Yeah, we sent the menu and the floor plan.
Yeah, they did.
Okay. Awesome.
It was at
Well,
2:25.
okay. So we have the documents we need to be able to proceed at the very minimum. So Terrence, can you just, give us a presentation of your application?
Absolutely. The hours of operation are going to be Sunday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. and then Friday and Saturday, 9 a.m. till 12 a.m.
Okay.
They intend on doing breakfast, American style, and then they're going to do a Italian food restaurant. A menu was provided for lunch and dinner. Depending on whether they use 2 tops or 4 tops, they're going to wind up with 12 to 14 tables and 24 chairs. There's 1 bar with 6 stools. They're going to use background music only with an iPod, most likely. There are no promoters. There's no security. There will be a security camera. There's no outside area. Food will be available at all hours of operation. And we are willing to post the phone number and the good neighbor sign if that is what you wish.
Okay. Before we get there, seems like you see his hand is up.
Angel.
Sure.
Since I'll be writing the resolution, I'd like to make sure that I get all the information in place. So I see that Terrence, are you the representative?
I am, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
You're the attorney, correct?
Yes, I am.
And I overheard that the documentation, because I see on my package that there are no questionnaire, no menu, no floor plans. And Chanel, you indicated that this was in fact submitted. When was it submitted?
I think it was submitted October 29th, I believe. And the email got lost in my email and I saw it like last minute. And so it was my mistake, that one. Yeah. So I sent it explaining yesterday what happened, and yeah.
You submitted, when did you email this out so that I can review all these questions?
When I sent the email?
To the committee members.
Yes, I sent it yesterday at 2:20. $2.25, sorry.
I'm sorry, what time again?
2:25.
Yesterday, right?
Yes.
I don't see that on my email. Did you send it to my new? Let me see if you sent it to my old one, my old email address.
I sent it to the new one.
To the new one. I don't see it. Let me just make sure that. And do you have access to the questionnaire and all of that?
That's what I'm doing. I'm searching for it at the moment. Chanel, when did you send the email?
Yeah.
I'll resend it. It was Tuesday at 2:25.
And
Yeah.
Tuesday at 2:25.
Like last Tuesday?
No, it was yesterday. I could see it.
She sent it yesterday. I have it.
So I have not received it. I don't see it. I feel very uncomfortable.
Can I just say one thing? We sent the application originally in September. When it was on in September, I was away and unable to be at the meeting. And you suggested that my client put it over For one reason or another, it didn't get on the October agenda, and then it was put over to now November. So we've been waiting since September. And we sent the questionnaire and the materials in September, at the end of October, and then I just had today I sent it again just to make sure that it was there. So we've actually sent it over 3 times.
Resent it. Did you get it?
When did you send it?
Just now.
I just received it.
Yeah.
I'm reviewing. Go ahead, Jim. Sorry.
I was gonna say, I think the confusion here is because I've seen this, but what I have here is for Bubbles Posh Pizza.
Correct.
Right. Same address, 300 Audubon Avenue, correct.
Okay, I see the disconnect now, Terrence. What I see is on the agenda, we have Shamika Rosario or entity to be formed. So we don't actually have a name, that's what it is. And then the documents that are being sent over do have a name on it. And I think that's what's causing the confusion. Do you see it now, Isidro?
Yeah, I see it now. So this could be a pizza joint.
Yes, it's a pizzeria. Well, it's an Italian restaurant with breakfast, closing at 11 p.m. during the week and 12 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. As I indicated before, there are 12 to 14 tables, depending on whether you set them up as 2 or 4 tops or 24 chairs. There's 1 bar with 6 stools. Background music only by use of an iPod and small speakers. No promoters, no security. There will be a security camera. There is no outside area at all. Food is at all hours of operation.
Okay, so we got the details, and I'm a little bit more relieved now that the hours are not so late. I'm also happy to see that you're not bringing DJ. You're not. That's good to know, because I know this area very, very well. I work nearby. I live nearby. I know the history of this corner, but I'm still a little bit worried about the crowd outside. And I know that's perhaps not your problem, but it is a problem for the community. I know that there are a lot of issues outside on that particular corner, or the 4 corners, going from Amsterdam all the way to St. Nicholas on 180th. It's a big concern to me, but at this point, I think that I would like to hear from the 34th precinct.
Sure.
Officer Aim from the 3-4. So on West 180 and Audubon, very high narcotics area, very high violence area. West 180 is a one-way street, so there would literally be nowhere for anyone to park. The previous establishment that was at that location was a chronic problematic location for us. I don't know if there's any relation. Maybe the attorney can clear it up for us.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't want a repetition of what happened in the past, again, in that corner. Specifically on 180 and Audubon, especially that northwest corner where the location would be, is very problematic. We've had shootings there. We've had, you name it, it's happened there. So we don't want a repetition of what happened there before with the establishment. We've given them multiple summonses, multiple issues. We just don't want a repetition to occur again. Thank you.
Just what I thought. Thank you so much, Officer Aim.
I can answer the officer's one concern that there's no connection between us and the previous, whoever previously took over this space. I don't know if that space was licensed by the authority, by the liquor authority. In this case,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. In this case, the operator intentionally took very low hours to make sure that there wouldn't be any concerns or anybody on that corner past midnight on any given night. Even though that does affect their profitability, they decided to do that. And this is a completely food-driven project.
Good to hear. I see no comments from residents, committee members.
Uh, 34 Precinct, Officer Main, can I ask something?
Yes, please.
I see on the licensing documents, you're going to have salsa dancing there as well. Am I correct or incorrect?
You're incorrect. There's no dancing at all, just simple background music.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question.
Barbara.
Why is the new operator, what's motivated him or her to choose such a problematic location?
They picked the location because they knew that there was traffic there, but that they decided to close early so they wouldn't have any of the problems that were there. The operator has another business. They own a nail salon within the community. So they do know and understand the community.
Okay.
Okay.
Officer Aim again. You see if I can ask another question, if you don't mind.
Please.
On page 47, on the licensing documents, I do see it says salsa dancing. Maybe we can clarify that.
Yeah.
Do you see that?
Page 47. There isn't going to be any dancing at this location. It's just background music. There's no room. There's only 24 seats in the place with 6 stools.
Okay, I'm just letting you know what I see here on the documents on the standardized notice form for providing a 30-day advance notice. You see that?
Oh, they might have sent that when they originally notified in September, but they changed. There's absolutely going to be nothing but background music.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, officer. Thank you.
What is the operator's experience in handling alcohol?
Is Shamika, are you on the line here as well?
Yes.
Okay, could you just answer the gentleman's question, please?
Hi, my name is Shamika Zavio, and I own a nail salon called Nail Park Studios on 188th and 189 on St. Nicholas. I make a year the 15th. I've been giving back to the community a lot. I got several awards from different partners within the area. So my intentions are just to open up an eatery, a sit-down eatery, to change the environment and hopefully to enlighten others. As I came in here during the pandemic. I started this flower business. This is my location here. I close at 8 o'clock, but I have one customer. It's her birthday, so we're here a little bit late. This is what the same setup is going to be for the pizzeria. So the drinks is casual. People like to wine and dine just to settle in, just to relax. And for Sunday's brunch.
Shamika, I'm sorry to interrupt, but what has been your experience in handling alcohol?
Like dealing with crowds?
No, alcohol.
No. Excuse me. Have you ever? I believe the question is: Have you ever been licensed before or worked at an establishment where there's been alcohol? I know you're going to hire a manager here, but they want to know what your experience is with alcohol.
I've waited. I was a waitress at a JFK airport. I was also a flight attendant at JFK airport. So I've been around alcohol. I served alcohol. I know limitations for customers. I know if they get too intoxicated to ask them like this is their last drink or whatnot, but that's not the case here. It's a sit down, probably they'll probably have one drink, maybe two and that's it. It's a 45-minute per table, 45 to an hour, depending. That's the reservation.
The capacity that you have there is 180 people.
Correct.
Is that correct?
I believe.
It's on the document.
That was the capacity of the establishment, the way it was set up before. This way, the way she's setting it up in her diagram, with the tables and the bar and the handicap bathroom in the back, that they're not going to have anywhere near that amount.
It's not going to be any sit down.
So the capacity should be reflected then.
If you want, we can amend it. We can amend it, or we'll agree that the capacity won't exceed the 74 because she's not getting a public assembly permit.
Right.
Okay. I see that Maria has a question. Maria.
Yes, thank you, Isidro. Hi, Shamika. It sounds like, looking at the menu, it looks like a really nice place. Looking forward to seeing it open up. I guess just my question would be, although yes, you have been around alcohol, and it sounds like it doesn't sound as if you have enough, in my opinion, enough experience to manage it just yet. Would you consider maybe a beer and wine license to kind of start off and see how things go?
Sorry, go ahead, continue.
I was gonna say, would you consider maybe like a beer and wine license for a year, and then when you're up for renewal and kind of going for the full liquor license?
I'm gonna have a manager that's like that runs like restaurant bars. So I'm gonna be the owner. I'm always gonna be there every day, but I'm gonna have someone that has full experience.
Okay.
And the reasoning for the full liquor is for cocktails, martinis, these fancy cocktails, because it's meant to be like a little upscale fancy place, but yeah, affordable.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? So I'm going to recommend some steps.
Sure.
Again, Shamika, I know this area well. My office takes care of cleaning the sidewalk around your establishment. Not precisely there, but around the commercial corridor of 181. Again, I'm worried about the crowd, but I would like to give you some opportunity for you to open your place. I think that the hours that you have submitted are not prohibitive, but I'm going to request some stipulations, and they are that you install a sound limiter and bring proof of purchase of that sound limiter to the community board before Friday at 5 p.m. before we meet at the general board. And that'll be Friday. Can someone help me out with the date? It's the Friday.
The 23rd.
The 23rd.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Just purchase the sound limiter.
Did you want the Friday before? Sorry, the general board
is the 19th.
So then that would be the 19th.
19th.
Yeah. So the 19th. Send us proof that you purchased a sound limiter to the office. If by any chance or reason we don't receive proof of that sound limiter purchase, I'm going to request the general board meeting that we deny your license request. So please make sure that you send that out. I'm going to also ask that you put a good neighbor sign, and that can be obtained by the district manager office. You can request that. I'm also going to request that you put on display phone numbers of someone that is in charge. That is a corner, so that request should be posted on both sides of the avenue and of the street. To help out with the congestion that we have around that area, I'm going to also ask that you produce a no double parking stand to be displayed on the sidewalk. And as far as that's concerned, that's all for me. I don't know if any of the committee members will have any addition.
Isidro, I
Yes,
wanted to add that it's very clear to people that you're requesting a sound limiter, not a decibel meter, because last month Shaniqua had sent through that someone had purchased what they were supposed to, and it was a decibel meter. It was not a sound limiter. You know, a decibel meter just simply measures the sound. A sound limiter prevents sound from going above a certain level.
Yes.
So just wanted to point that out, that I forget who it was, but some particular establishment purchased the wrong thing. So it's a sound limiter. Okay. And it might be helpful if the office kept a few samples of what would be acceptable, so that they can help establishments do the right thing.
Thank you so much, Barbara. Very well said.
Okay.
Very well.
Thank you very much. And everyone have a nice Thanksgiving.
We haven't voted yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
So on that note, I would like for us to go into voting procedure. Angel, you have the floor.
Sure. Isidro, how do you vote?
I vote yes.
I vote yes as well. Marielle?
Yes.
Robin?
Yes.
Barbara?
Yes.
Imari?
Yes.
And Leo?
Yes.
Simari, this application has been approved. Congratulations. I'm sure I'm going to drop by and have some of your pizza because I work nearby. Congratulations, and I hope you dream of having a restaurant.
Thank you.
That's not her name.
Shamika, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shamika.
Thank you.
And you please proceed. Next one.
Good night. That's it.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Our next applicant is, sorry, my computer is passing out on me. The Bar City Corp, doing business as the Bar City, located at 1616 St. Nicholas Avenue at the corner of West 191st Street. This is seeking a new on-premise liquor license.
And before we proceed, let's make sure that we have all the proper documentations. Chanel, I didn't get all the documents.
Yeah, they didn't submit anything.
They didn't submit anything. Do we have a representative here representing agenda item number 19? I see no one present. On that note, since they're not present, I'm going to recommend right away that we go into voting procedure. If there are no issues or objections by any committee members, residents, we'll vote to go into voting procedure. Angel, please.
Yes, of course. Isidro?
No.
I vote no. Mariam?
No.
Robin?
No.
Barbara?
No.
Simari?
No.
And Leo?
Leo? Leo seems not to be around, so by a vote of 060, this application fails. And we'll move to the next one.
Next is actually for a new restaurant wine license, and it is Tampopo LLC, doing business as Tampopo Kitchen, located at 805 West 187th Street, between West 187th Street and 4 Washington Avenue.
Yes, hello again. My name is Robert Callahan from Michael Kelly Inc. With me are the owners. Josh, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Josh Frank. This is my wife, Nana.
Hello.
And they're the owners. So we're looking for a restaurant wine license. We're a small restaurant with Japanese cuisine, with 5 tables and 10 seats. Our hours of operation will be 4 p.m. to 10 p.m., 7 days a week. and no security, but we will have some security cameras. Josh, we're gonna play a little light background music.
Yeah.
For the customers, but nothing more than light background.
We've got one speaker.
Thank you so much, Josh and Michael. I know this establishment really well. They're part of the bid. I have had zero complaint from this establishment. Great operator, great community supporter. Very proud of the work that they have done on 181st and Bennett. The hours that are requested are not prohibitive. It's a restaurant wine license. This is with a prior 34th precinct. I'd like to hear the opinion of 34th precinct. Officer Aim.
Officer Aim from the 34th. There's no 311s in that location. There's no 911s in that location. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Officer Aim. Do we have any representatives from the community? I see none. At this point, we review the hours of operation. Not late. Not going to request DJs, any karaoke, no live music. Taking into account what you have done, Josh. This is a new establishment, so
Correct.
I would do request a good neighbor sign to be posted. And even though the hours are not prohibitive, I'd like to request a phone number to be displayed in case there are any issues or emergencies, that someone can have access to someone that is managing the establishment.
Of course.
Will you be? Okay, very well. Committee members, any questions before we go into voting procedure?
Well, I just wanted to comment that ever since they opened Raymond Noodle, that Josh has been a real supporter of quality of life issues in the community and a real community contributor. And I think it's wonderful that he and his wife are starting a second restaurant. More and better.
That's very
Hi,
sweet.
Josh.
Thank you. Hi.
Again, great community supporter. Very innovative as well. I recall, Josh, that a couple of times you asked me to see about how we can do certain things for the community, and it's something that I really appreciate. Taking that into account, I recommend that we go to voting procedure just to speed up the agenda.
And they live in the community.
There you go.
Yeah.
Angel.
Isidro?
Yes.
I vote yes as well. Mario?
Yes.
Robin?
Yes.
Barbara?
Yes.
Maddie?
Yes.
And Leo?
Yes. Sorry about that. Yes.
No problem. It's a unanimous. It passes unanimously.
Thank you so much. So Josh, again, continues our success on your new road and new place. Hopefully, both Angel, Maria, and I can drop by because it's going to be near the place.
We look forward to seeing you guys. Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
Include me on that, Isidro.
and Barbara as well.
You're in, Barbara.
Let's move to the next one.
Next, we've got our last one, actually, and this is this applicant is seeking an eating place beer license, a new one, and this is called La Pilita Deli Grocery, located at 3866-3868 10th Avenue at the corner of West 207th Street. Again, an eating place beer license.
Do we have a representative?
Yes, hi, my name is Henry Ocasio. I'm representing Myra Perez, who asked me to represent her because she had a family emergency.
Very well. Thank you so much, Henry. Chanel, on my package, I don't see a copy of the floor plan. I do see a copy of the questionnaire, but no floor plan, no.
Yes, they submitted that, I believe yesterday, and it was in the same email as the Shamika packet.
They submitted the documents to you yesterday?
Well, the floor plan it came later.
The documents are supposed to be in by Friday. Chanel.
Yes, they submitted the questionnaire by Friday, but they were missing the floor plan, and so they submitted a little later.
So if documents have to be submitted by Friday, independently if they submit it like Monday or Tuesday, we're not accepting any documents. I thought that was something that we had agreed on. You can receive them, no doubt, but the committee should not be under any circumstances obligated to review documents that are not sent on time.
According to the attorney, he tells me that he submitted this early November. Now, I don't know. This is just what
The
he's telling me.
questionnaire, yes. The questionnaire
Okay.
was submitted on time, but it was missing the floor plan. So
And the menu?
I think the menu was submitted with the floor plan.
Okay.
So Henry, the committee did not receive these documents on time. And based on what you have submitted, I don't think the committee will have a problem, but we have been consistent in that applicants have to submit a complete questionnaire by Friday before the committee meets on Wednesday.
So what can we do to correct this then?
I highly recommend that you withdraw this application, come back to us next month, and send all requirements which requires a complete questionnaire which you have sent, copy of the menu, copy of the floor plan, and that you send those proof that you posted the public notice.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. The documents were sent late Friday, and I sent them on Monday. So that's what it was.
The thing is that we are supposed to get this by Friday, Chanel.
Yeah.
When did you sign the lease, Henry? Oh, you're the owner.
No, I don't know. I don't have that in front of me.
Will you consider coming back next month, or do you want to proceed with this? Because I feel really uncomfortable not having all this documentation in place.
I mean, I'm here for her. If I'll talk to her, I mean, I guess she'll have no other choice but to come back next month.
Okay, so so you recommend to withdraw this application?
I just listened to 3 hours of the board meeting.
and again, it's our. I really, I'm really sorry that you have spent this time. It's my apologies to you personally. I just don't feel comfortable addressing applications we don't have full documentations. We take our full blame for that. But if you do withdraw it, I'm sure that we're going to recommend that the SLA will not take any punitive action against this resolution, and it will be considered as a withdrawal.
Well, I work for her attorney, so I'll have this conversation with him tomorrow, and then I'll make sure that it gets out to you on time then.
Yes, please. And again, send that as early as you can. Send Chanel proof that you post a public sign. And based on the questionnaire that you have here, I do see it's 24 hours a day. I see it's you also need to put like the capacity on the questionnaire, right? Because you have 0. So a lot of questions that need to be addressed, and we don't have the proper documentation to do that. So the questionnaire that you do file, please review it carefully and answer all the questions.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Henry. I'm very grateful for your patience. So please submit the complete questionnaire. Be careful about the capacity and all of that. The hours of operations as to when you're going to serve alcohol. All of that has to be detailed. All right.
Okay.
So this application has been withdrawn without punitive actions taken against the establishment. Thank you so much, Henry.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Have a good night. Committee members, Chanel, please, take into account that all information have to be submitted to you by Friday uh, before 5 o'clock.
Yes, I'm aware, but if I receive the documents, like I'll still send it to the
No,
committee and it's up to your
no,
discretion.
no, no. Don't send
No?
it because it would. I think it confuses me a lot. Uh, they just missed the deadline, and we have to be very consistent. That they send it
Okay.
in late, it won't matter to me because, I do appreciate the fact that committee members need to have time to review all these documents, and it's only fair to them. Having said that, thank you, committee members. Angel, thanks again for chairing that session last month. I know that there were some issues, but you stood there and you did a great job.
Anytime, my pleasure.
Simari, please submit copy of the minutes as soon as you can. We'll review it, and on that note, I'll take
Will do.
I'll take a note on not joining this meeting if there are no positions. Who's second?
Second.
Second by Simari. Any opposition? Saying none. Thank you so much, guys. Enjoy your night, and I'll see you soon. Take care of yourselves.
Good night.
Have a good